Alrighty, we are live.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on replica.
Hello, everybody. This is part 2 of getting Stuckmannized for the last frickin' time ever. Alright,
What if he comes out with a video saying the prequel
Last
is
time we had such brilliant gems as Natalie Portman doesn't look like Natalie Portman, and what else?
Jesus Christ. Use your eyes to analyze film.
Yep. Analyzed him real good. That's why he didn't remember. That's why he... eye is so good they can spot that a woman isn't a woman anymore when she doesn't have makeup. It's such an indirectly, really weird thing to say. It's hilarious. So anyway, we are 10 minutes in, and we have 9 more minutes to go. So we're already off on a good foot. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think it's gonna last an hour because this review was so inferior to his last one.
Inferior or superior?
Like now, honestly now, his review is just boring. Like, it's just a boring old. Okay, he's not old, but just some 30s, 20s jackass being like, it's a bad movie and shit. Blah, 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 blah. It's very low tier shit. Like,
I mean, if we're talking about quality, it has sort of improved.
I mean, after the AOTC review, like, we checked out the Dragon Ball Z videos. Like, I feel like a lot of reviewers from this generation of movies, they're really good.
You mean like the second generation of reviewers?
2010, early 2000s, 2010.
Also the third generation.
I mean, Rick Worley called them a second generation YouTube hacks.
The first generation is like reviewers before YouTube. Second generation is people like Plinkett, and the third generation is people like Chris Stuckmann.
I would say that the third generation would be people like Mahler.
Yeah. So basically us. Anyway, this guy,
it's terrible.
People like him, reviewers like him, they're really good at reviewing movies they're actually good at. I mean, actually like. They're fucking garbage at reviewing anything else. Like, doesn't matter if the film is okay or whatever, they will just treat it really poorly. Like, it's...
Yeah.
Like, it's... like...
There's also the fact that they really don't go into detail on the majority of things.
Because, like, I saw his...
people who say that, that Mahler is just like nitpicks. They really don't understand that he's basically doing what everybody else does, except just in depth.
Well, the thing with Mahler,
he's basically instead of just saying this doesn't make sense, I think this makes sense. He actually goes into detail about why.
Well, the thing with
he also says, what was the director's intention and how could we fix it?
Yes.
Well, the thing with Mahler is that he put so much effort and work, like to like a way overboard degree. Like I don't get his editing style at all. Like, you don't have to put something down that's like based on like a word you're saying. You don't have to show like that.
But he does it anyway.
Yeah, like I guess it's
he goes to like the people. People who say. People who say the type of criticism Mahler does is lazy. You clearly do not know how much effort he puts into his videos.
Yeah, like he essentially puts in too much effort, but that's why we like him, because he goes overboard Because like, don't get me wrong, I'm not calling him bad for this. I'm just saying that not even out of laziness, if I would be doing the same thing, I would just. I mean, I would show things for what I'm saying. I just wouldn't show it for stuff like I don't know,
Everything I'm saying.
you know what when he goes like I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the episode 9. Yeah. He's like put like it's like putting something literally in suspension, and then he shows Ray being like put in suspension by Snoke.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do you do this? Like,
It's honestly, yeah.
what's
It's
the
honestly
point of
pretty.
this? But anyway, besides that,
It's but like honestly,
like
Jesus.
besides
Only
that,
people like Cosmonaut who just show footage from the film unless he's specifically talking about something.
oh
And
yeah,
he barely
that
puts
I
any
hate.
he barely puts any effort into his arguments. They're just like,
Like that I definitely hate.
Palpatine's plan is dumb, but I'm not gonna explain it because
Like,
I
Well,
don't
he
have
does
time.
explain it, but he doesn't. He does explain the plan, but he doesn't explain this is like.
Why it's stupid.
like
This is
anomaly,
Palpatine's plan. This is why it's stupid.
like
And just repeat saying
anomaly,
Palpatine's plan.
anomaly does this a lot, where he just loops the trailers of a movie, and it's really irritating. Um, I I know it's because he's not that great at editing, so I tolerate it from him, but it's definitely. There's two sides in it. Like Cosmonauts editing, it's good, but I mean, it's in service to dog shit creator. But yeah. Anyway, Mahler, like Mahler, like I actually partially agree with the Longman bad narrative on him. Not that Longman is bad, but I mean, like, he does actually genuinely take too long on shit. Like, probably his worst moment ever was in his TFA, the first TFA review, where he talks for half an hour on Light. Like that was just ridiculous.
It's not half an hour. It's like 10 minutes.
It's too long.
Well, it's not.
But like honestly,
It's
if these
bad.
people were to these people are to complain like, oh yeah,
Well, the thing
it's
is,
stupid because he nitpicks, and the only reason his videos are long is because he takes too long to nitpick. And they
here's
bring
the
up
thing,
the exact same like 2 examples every single time
here's
instead
the
of
thing.
being like bringing up like 500.
That stuff about the light, it was actually everything but the light was fascinating about that. He was talking about the usage of it and how it makes how it can sometimes directors, even in good movies like Aliens, betray logic, to have something that's more dramatic and like it was really fascinating. It's just said, why is it flickering light? Oh, it must have been for dramatics. Oh, look, J.J. Abrams going dramatic for just for the sake of being dramatic. Like it's, but
Yeah, essentially. Oh, here's a little nitpick. This is what he was
exactly
going for. Here's how you do it without being stupid.
But when
Instead of being like,
yeah, that's like the thing I like to say. Like a lot of people say Mahler takes a long time to say nothing. I say he takes a long time to say a lot, but sometimes not that much. He never says nothing.
yeah.
Sure. Like it doesn't matter.
That video with Jackson and Eric Taxon was really bad.
Oh, definitely. Like
instead of addressing all of the overlying issues with Mahler's points, they literally just did what he does and picked apart his video, but did it far worse.
What's hilarious about the title too is long critique is not deep critique. Bitch, anything can be deep critique. I
believe he means like it's not inherently deep.
I know, but to frame it as that is very deceptive, because I could take 5 minutes and make the most out of those 5 minutes and talk about all types of psychopathic parts of a movie, and then and I can hammer out a review that's like 35 minutes in like 5 minutes if I talk like a real just psychopath. Like
Yeah,
it's
man, like movie Bob. You know. I mean, like I would.
Yeah, you'll never accomplish in 5 minutes what you could accomplish in 10 minutes.
yeah, exactly.
But sometimes you can accomplish in 10 minutes. But sometimes you can accomplish in 10 minutes what you could. Sometimes you actually could accomplish in 5 minutes what you could have done in 10 minutes.
Well, I mean, there are ways to do things faster. Like there's no denying that. It's just typically a movie review that's at least decent is around 20 to 50, 35 minutes or something. Like there's it's like Rick Worley said, these artists put thousands of hours into making these projects. Can we at least not talk for it, but then more than an hour? Like it's that funny conundrum that you see this IGN reviews in like 5 fucking minutes. It's just like, oh my god,
it has a little something for everyone.
it's so ridiculous too. They could get away with that.
I mean, there are other places for 10-minute reviews. Short little things. Honestly, you have to do it. You have to do it
Episode of a TV series,
like a 15
an aspect of a film, such as visuals or sound design.
Like a 15 minute review is like a good short one. But yeah, so anyway, like I was going to be saying, Mahler, he proves a lot of the things he says. He can be hard wrong on things, but he thinks very much about it. He looks at things. He's not like Chris or Cosmonaut who just say shit and never substantiate a single damn thing. Like,
I mean, they don't.
honestly,
They do substantiate as many things, but their reviews have little impact because they don't make many points.
What I just despise about these reviews, like probably one of the biggest elements besides the George hate, is just the unwillingness to actually get into the movie and see what it's about. Like that almost to me feels like like ignoring like a small child when he's like, hey, look at this this sandcastle I built or something. Like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, if you're gonna get to the effort to get to the beach, like, well, what's the? I don't know. It's not the best analogy, but still, the principle of just somebody made something, put it out to the world, and you, as a critic, are supposed to criticize it, and you're at least supposed to understand what the fuck you're criticizing before you make a video on it. Like this episode 6 review is such fucking garbage. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
And like then at the end he starts to yell about the like special edition like dance sequence. And I'm just like and I'm just listening to it. And I just think to myself, Cosmonaut, that dance sequence, it makes sense. It doesn't matter if you think it looks stupid. It doesn't matter if you don't like it personally. It makes sense, so you can't criticize it.
You can criticize things.
You could at least not. You can't criticize
you didn't even criticize though. You sort of
yeah.
About
that's
it.
what I meant. Yeah, he just goes like, it's so fucking. Yeah, it's essentially just
Star Wars.
It's oh, that pisses me off so much.
Okay, so like if I were to make a criticism, it's just like this hardened war criminal just has a bunch of people next to him and isn't like in a super secretive society, even though he can die at any moment from anyone near him.
Well, that's. I mean, he's the big boss in that situation, but I wasn't even concerned with that. I was just concerned, like obviously he can criticize it, but just the whole "it's bad because it's not good" element is just pisses me off. It's so ridiculous. Like,
these people are pretending to be an authority on something they know nothing about. I wouldn't pretend to be an authority on them. A lot of things.
It's just
Yeah,
it's
I
just
would
the it's just
say
the
that
hubris.
I would say
It's just the
I would consider myself an authority on uh original trilogy, Last Jedi. The rest of the Star Wars movies, somebody probably knows way more than me.
it's just the hubris of it that gets to me. It's just Star Wars should be simple because I say so. Movies made by corporation are better than the movies made by the guy who started because the guy who started just he doesn't know anything.
Didn't do what I want, so it's bad.
It's
like it.
prequel. It's prequel reviews on the.
But if I were to give an
The fact
analogy,
that the fact that he gives credit to Last Jedi for not doing what people wanted, but also thinks that Force Awakens is better because it did do what he wanted.
It's because he did what he wanted.
Exactly.
like the whole thing is
He
like
doesn't care if other people aren't satisfied with it. He's not like, oh, this was a bad thing. People didn't like the Last Jedi. You know, I you know I don't and I should probably look at
Well,
the no. He just says, oh,
we should be
okay.
moving on to the video now. But just to say one more thing, his prequel reviews are just the perfect example of some asshole putting two fingers in his ears and just being like, la 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 la, I don't listen to you, I don't listen to you, I don't listen to you. Like he did not for a second try, and like just the way he, you know,
we gotta give him credit when he says the long take was good.
it's sort of like I was watching a video that was like the opening in the Phantom Menace. The ending song in Phantom Menace is the Emperor's theme, and like this one guy in the comment was like, "Yeah, people give George way too much credit." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? All those people crapping on him had no fucking idea that was there. They were just blind retards." And now when you find out after the fact, I don't know, 20 years fucking later, you're going to be like, oh, they're just having the credit. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself, retard. Just the fucking audacity these fucking people
Let's
have.
go.
It's just Padme, Senator Amidala has a decoy. I never knew this. Oh, he did that? Okay, whatever. Just, what the fuck? Oh, Jesus. All right,
Are you
let's
speaking of
this.
cinema sins? Because
Yeah?
and then
Yeah,
because they said you notice this thing a second or third time, but why are you watching this movie 2 or 3 times?
okay.
It was
Why not?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go.
Stabbing it like, I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man? It just does.
He's fighting.
yes, that's how fights work.
How fighting works.
Brody didn't have to like wind up his lightsaber. Yeah, I guess is what he's saying.
Yeah,
He could stab the guy. I'm not really convinced by the idea that two Jedi can get cut down without reacting.
Well,
I think that's kind of a flaw in the choreography. They're just like, I guess
way-
we're dead.
the way it was shot was, every fiber of my being just trying to stop me from saying it, but I have to say it was done poorly. Like
Yes.
they should have used like a CGI body, like for Ian McDermott, that just runs up to them and stabs them, because it did not work.
No. Stop. Here's my defense. All movies are flawed. If none of them Star Wars movies are perfect. And so if something like this bothers you in a Star Wars movie, then you really should just stop watching.
The real problem of the scene is that somebody realized that, like, first off, Ian McDermott wasn't trained well enough. Now, considering the fact he was trained very little, he did an excellent job in the scene. But the way, like, I feel like the real problem with it is that, like, in Star Wars, when it comes to Jedi and people like that, typically they don't die like they're not even there. Like you don't really see that, and the way he was spinning, it's not like they could have used the force on him and cut him down, but you'd expect him to have done something. Like ideally, a rewrite would be that they all dodge, but the one guy was like, "Oh shit," and then he gets him, and then they all attack him, and then he gets another one. But honestly, the first kill doesn't even matter. That really,
Ethan Kawar is his name.
like the brown
So
head.
and then the other guy like raises lightsaber defensively. Maybe Palpatine. I don't know. Cuts off his hand and kills him. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, here's the thing. Like he's going. Like here's the thing. It's like a movie thing. He's going really fast in that scene. Like he's going way faster than they could anticipate. But obviously, from our perspective, it's just an old man stabbing people awkwardly.
From our perspective,
it looks like
from our
total
perspective,
shit.
it's the only thing that counts.
No, what?
I'm sorry, we can't just make up the idea that he.
No. He is too fast for them. Like that's obviously why he's killing them. The way it's shot and shown to us just looks really bad. Like it's like he's not just killing them because he's killing them. Like he's killing them because he's ultra powerful, Sith Lord that's way better fighting than they are. So like that's why they die the way they die. It's just really shot really badly. But I mean the scene picks up. Like I like the fact Green Man doesn't die instantly. Even though it's not like that amounts to much, but still, it's. Well, I think the problem just is that a 4 versus 1 fight. Let's be honest, it would have easily won. So, like, it's one of those few moments in the prequels where George Lucas genuinely had to like contrive his way out of there. Like, it's not like he couldn't kill them. It's just that imagery. All at once, that. Am I cutting out? Yeah, but like the problem just and Mace Windu is the leader of the Order, but he never had a crown or a badge or anything else. Not that we need that, but I suppose his purple lightsaber is like a sign that he is the master of the Jedi. But still, like we got 4 essentially. I don't know if a Jedi Knight can be considered a. Oh no, the Jedi Masters. Are they Jedi Masters? I don't know. Like if the Jedi Knights, then it's a bit more believable.
I'm not sure.
Soldiers that way. Like it's. I look. Nobody's gonna argue that the scene is looks amazing, but it's definitely not as bad as people say. Like I would say that. Well, look. Here's the thing. After he kills the 2 guys, it gets way better. He kills the green guy, and it starts to get legitimately good, like episode 4 good. And then it keeps going for a while, and they use a little bit more CGI and stuff, and then it becomes pretty darn good. It's like I would say that when they smash the light, it's like, oh, this is awesome. I mean the window, and it like breaks itself. That's pretty cool. Like I wouldn't say it's a bad fight overall. Like it's there's this one moment where he one of my favorite moments of the fight is when Palpatine like sticks his saber out, and Mace Windu is like right. He's like right. He's got his whole body like spread backwards, and Palpatine is slowly moving forward, and Windu is slowly moving backwards. Like it's like gotcha. Oh no, shit. All right, shit. That was a pretty good scene. So, some people actually like with everything else in the prequel, some people see that as a moment where he could have easily stabbed him, even though his arms were stretched out. But yeah, like it's the fight. Based on Star Wars, I'd say the fight is like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Like it's it's definitely one of the weaker ones.
It's
that's
I
for
think
damn
I
sure.
think in terms of the choreography, it's the weakest one. Of the
Oh my
entire
god, you're
franchise.
cutting out.
Sorry. I think in terms of the George Lucas movies, it's the weakest in the entire franchise. In terms of choreography.
Airborne, you're cutting out a whole hell of a lot.
Like the atmosphere is there.
I think you need to
Music is there.
reconnect with something, dude.
The acting is there. Just the choreography
Airborne, you're
is pretty
cutting out,
mediocre.
dude.
Um,
Johnny, tell him in the chat.
Because you can really tell that they're trying to edit around this CGI head of McDermott being on a stunt guy and then McDermott doing weird little movements.
No, I couldn't tell that. They're just.
I mean,
This is essentially like. This is like the. I mean, the one obvious CGI mode is when he like jumps on the one.
the flippy thing.
No, not the flip thing. That actually looks really real. I'm talking about that moment when he jumps on the side of the chair stand thing, and then he fights him for a little bit. That was actually honestly one of those few moments where I actually am like, yeah, CGI. Not that I complain about it because I'm not a 12-year-old autistic retard, but that is something that
in 2005 CGI doesn't look like 2018 CGI.
Let's be honest, Airborne. It doesn't look like 2040 CGI. It's like let's be honest.
It doesn't look literally perfect with no scenes whatsoever anywhere. Oh no!
Fucking CGI in the prequel is so psychopathically good. It's
amazing.
It's like Half-Life 2. It's like Half-Life 2. Nowadays the game looks kind of bad because all the photorealistic textures are now like really low res looking. But if you put like an AI gigapixel trainer on it and you scale it up, you see, oh my god, the game looks still beautiful to this day. Like, because they used real life textures. They were low res, but they were real life textures. So the game, now 20 years later almost, still looks really damn good. In the prequels, they didn't do well. Okay, they probably did use real life textures for stuff like human models and stuff like that.
Cut out there.
But besides that, I mean, like, well, I mean, obviously they use realistic textures, but I wouldn't exactly say they're comparable to Half-Life 2's textures because they're quite on a different level of good. But you know, the prequels fucking like I feel like what really puts the prequel CGI ahead of like 99% of anything else is the attention to detail. Like I looked at like at Count Dooku like putting the rocks on Yoda, and you see all these like little dark particles of like rock like falling down on top of Yoda and landing on the ground. And like but usually the reason why CGI is bad in movies is because it doesn't have stuff like that. It feels disjointed from the world because it's not
or like the particles are obviously incredibly fake.
Yeah. Like it's just it always looks very like it looks like where the CGI stops and the real world begins is like a really clear line. And the prequel,
like that one shot in the Phantom Menace with the sunset on Coruscant.
yeah. That's a good example.
The ships don't really in the background like just look like black dots instead of actual silhouettes.
Well, actually, in that case, I feel like that might be the other way around, where the sun was CGI, and because the ships might like there's no telling, like the ships might be because like there's so many ships in the prequels that are practical, you know, models that are like sprinkled in with everything else. So like I can't tell if that's like the sun being poorly CGI'd or the ships being poorly CGI'd. Like it's got like it's I'm actually kind of interested. It's probably the ships, if I'm honest. But
I mean, either way, the art design and the cinematography is really there.
But you know, but you know what's funny about that shot is that it's like the one shot that like doesn't look that good in the movie. Like it's
There's a few more, but
yeah, there's a few more, but
it
this
really
is like the
holds up.
one you look at. This is like the sole one you look at and go like, oh, that's. Well, I mean, like I still wouldn't even say that's bad. I would just be like 2003 video game. Like that's
it'll infinitely look cooler than this one.
oh yeah, it definitely looks better than that one. It's fucking hell. Well, I mean, to be fair, that one does look better. It's just that it's Ray, so fuck her.
No, I'm just saying it doesn't. I'm just saying it has way more artistry within it.
Oh yeah, you're right because
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like look at how much detail. Look at like if you compare the amount of detail packed into the Phantom Menace Sunset versus the amount of detail packed into Rise of Skywalker and ending Sunset. It's just
airborne. You're cutting
really
out
can
like
look
a
at
maniac
fun.
again. So airborne. This shot is like a perfect example. Like this is like a perfect comparison between the prequels and the sequels. Prequels, we got like a million ships everywhere. We got a giant world full of stuff, and in the sequels, it's just Rey with BB-8 and the twin sunset. Oh god. But yeah, that shot, it doesn't look that great compared to all the other ones.
Movements, and you're like, what? It was a big letdown. It doesn't sell that this man is the most powerful Sith.
It honestly does. Like what? Like
it could.
like,
I mean, it could. Even if it does,
like,
it doesn't matter because
listen.
Yoda versus
When you
Palpatine
watch
really
the
makes up
movie
for
for the first time, you don't go like, "Oh, it looks so dumb." You go like, "Oh my god, he just killed a Jedi. He killed another one. Oh my god, he's killed the green guy. Oh my god, Mace Windu. Oh my god, he's gonna kill Mace Windu. Oh." That's like your reaction. It was certainly my reaction. Like I know
I mean,
that
you can't tell this guy what his reaction is, but even if this doesn't show what a powerful Sith he is, the other movies definitely did.
Well, look,
And Yoda versus Palpatine. If you really care about that, that's what shows the ultimate power of Palpatine.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, obviously, how one reacts to this sort of thing it's not objective like other things are. But the thing is, the way he's talking about it is as if
Nah.
like we tried to compensate as much as possible for Ian McDermott. We did a lot of like little things like Samuel Jackson.
What the heck?
What am I cutting out?
No, it's not you. It's me. I for some reason it just forced me to disconnect from the call. My Wi-Fi is perfectly fine. I don't know.
Well, anyway, look, this scene is just a regrettable fact, and it's just it's an old man. It's an old man that's being told to perform at the same level,
As Samuel L. Jackson,
yes,
action hero.
So, like Ian McDermott, he's not a fighter. He's certainly not at that age, and he doesn't like it's the fact it looks believable at all is once again a testament to the legendariness of the prequels. It's like Rick McCollum said, he wasn't ready, it wasn't trained. We compensated as much as possible for him. We got it done, we got it on film, great sequence. It's a great sequence, whereas the other ones are perfect. So,
And the entire
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
I mean,
Their
like,
galaxy. He
I mean, I've always seen it as one of those moments where I'm just like, well, this is kind of awkward, but I'll let the movie have it because everything else is so great. Like it's,
Yeah,
I mean,
it takes a 12 out of 10 to an 11.999 out of 10.
yeah.
I mean, it's just like, it's just.
I mean, Airborne, that would like imply that it takes away from it. It's more like if you rate every
Well,
scene,
any
it,
flaw takes away from the
like
quality of the film.
it's more like, but it's not a flaw though. Like it's awkward.
Yeah, there are
It-
flaws.
let me put it this way. Let me put it this way, Airborne. Whereas most scenes in this movie rate is like a rate from like a 10 to like an 8. This one was like a 7 or a 6. So
Yeah,
it's just
so that
one.
still lowers the average of 8 to 10 to
Uh, but like,
and with a
but like
with a
it,
hit 7.
but it doesn't stop. Like towards the end of the movie, it's all tens.
Obviously,
It's just a decent scene
Nah,
in an amazing film, you know.
yeah.
these it's okay.
Well, I mean, like Airborne. Like I totally get where you're coming from. Like the scene is awkward as all hell, but I don't see why the Emperor wouldn't be looking like he does, where he's like, oh shit. Because like honestly, Mace, he is powerful. Like that, the way he is acting there, I don't think that's it, like Ian McDermott might not be very good with the blade, but I don't think that acting there is like unintentional. Like believe me, if they would have told him to
Mm,
like look strong, he would have done that.
yeah,
You know,
I'm sure that
like
Luke
I feel
Skywalker was purposely made into Jake Skywalker. Wasn't an accident.
no, what what the hell kind of straw man is that? I'm just
It's not
telling
a
you.
straw man. It was at least a false equivalence or whataboutism. I'm just saying that intent is only part of the story.
Well, look, obviously,
Yeah, and I get your defense, but it's just okay.
look,
Everything is good about the choreography, but the choreography is one of the most important parts of the fight scene, if not the most
oh
important part.
oh well, the choreography in this scene is great. So I don't know what
Not
you're talking
really.
about.
It's okay, you know. It's not.
Like that, like what I just described to you, Airborne. That's like my main problems. Like the way he's like looking at him, like the way he's like acting around, I like that whole part was awkward. The choreography worked because it just looked like it just looked good. Like if the like, let me just put it this way: if the fight in episode 4 passes, then this one passes with flying colors. So let's just move on.
galaxy. He just kind of
Okay.
looks like an older gentleman who's trying to swing around one of those plastic bats. Now, my main
I mean, like he
Okay,
doesn't.
that's
I mean, you love the sequels, and all those people look like they are swinging plastic bats because that's what they're doing. You know, like this isn't a.
Yeah, like that's kind of a good. That's a good way to like set the bar. Like in the prequels, one actor was sort of floundering around, and that was the old guy who was in his mid-60s. And
Sequels, it's the sequels. It's every single character.
actually, old man's floundering around with a saber in like a handful of shots, while the sequels, it's everyone all the time, everywhere and anywhere. You know, actually, now that I think about it, I think I'll actually like the fight in episode 4 better.
yeah.
I'll go into that later at some point. A lot of people say that fight is bad. I really don't think so. Like I just feel like it's an old man fight.
Well,
Yeah, I really don't. I mean, with the new context of knowing who Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader are, I think that's kind of ruined everybody's perception of the fight.
Yeah, it's. I mean, like it's.
Honestly, because honestly, beforehand, I bet people were pretty into that. And now people are like, "Oh, well, Darth Vader was cool at the end of Revenge of the Sith when he like fought Obi-Wan, and he was cool in Rogue One when he slaughtered all those stormtroopers. So now it looks even sillier. And he was
I mean,
cool in Jedi Fallen Order, and he was cool in these comics, and he was so cool, and now he's just this old geezer with a stick.
even though he's way faster in episode 5.
I mean, in episode 4. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I know, but like, even though he later absolutely demonstrates himself to be way more capable, like there's these fan theories made up about like
it was just the budget. That was why he wasn't fighting insanely hard.
This is
my
like
God.
I saw videos that were like, "Hey, Vader got weaker," and I was like, "Episode 5, episode 5, hello, episode 5." Guys, are we forgetting episode 5?
Even in episode 6, you know.
Oh
So,
yeah, I mean, episode 5 is like the first time we see it, so it's like, come on, people. I mean, like I don't know about you guys, but I always saw that fight as like, you know, he's going easy on Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan is pretty much fucked. Like, there's no getting out of that. There's no getting away from that situation. Like, coming back,
he's having his fun.
Well, I don't know if he's even having his fun. I just feel like he knows Obi-Wan is fucked and he doesn't want to necessarily, like, this fight is like to settle a score between the two of them. Like, you burned me on that planet. Now you're back. You shouldn't have come back, but now you are. You're going to die here. So let us, fight for old time's sake instead of having a battalion of stormtroopers gun you down. Like, it's not to say that Obi-Wan wouldn't be able to survive that. I don't know. I just always saw it as like say that it went on way longer, then eventually Vader would fight harder, and I guess Obi-Wan would also try and fight harder, but not be able to keep up. I don't know.
I mean, ER kind of pointed it out. If you think about, like the literal of what's happening in Star Wars, it's just a really tall samurai fighting a wizard with a stick, and he explains that doesn't make it bad. That's precisely why Star Wars was so unique.
Oh, definitely.
He understands why it was so well received, and it's not because the premise of it was so cool and badass. It was just because of its execution.
Oh yeah, like the characters and everything, and when we last fought, I was but the learner, but now I am the master. Only a master of evil God.
No diehard Marvel fan watches Marvel because the action scenes are colorful. They watch it because they're attached to the characters. No, Zack Snyder watches a Zack Snyder film. Actually, know what? Everybody watches Zack Snyder films because they look cool.
Cosmonaut watches the Marvel films because of the colors.
Because they're fun.
But yeah, like
but he's not really a diehard Marvel fan. He just thinks they're fun.
Like I hate
movies.
Here's the thing. I hate the Vader is a badass bullshit, okay? Like, I find it really annoying because he's more just like a demon than a badass. But honestly,
Empire Strikes Back made Vader cool.
But honestly, in episode 4, that fight, I can just feel. I feel like the tension in that scene could be cut with a knife. Like, I almost like the fact they don't fight hard because it's almost scary to what he could do to him. With the context of the prequels, like maybe he's gonna like rip out his spine through his mouth with the Force. Like, it's there's no end to the possibility it could do. And he's just like, oh, he wants to maniacally fight him.
That wasn't.
But yeah, I don't know. I just really love that fight for some reason. Like, there's something about it. It just gives me this impression of Shadowversity. I actually have got arguments to the contrary. I actually have arguments to the contrary now, but I do have to But there was a time when Shadowversity said sword fighting with lightsaber should be more like with a real life saber, where you go in more for like stabs and stuff, and you fight more. You have the saber up like high and stuff, and you go like swing, 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 instead of large swipes. Now, obviously,
Yeah.
I don't believe that anymore. Like, I don't think that anymore. But I feel like what remains of me liking it is that I feel like that episode 4 fight has that element where a single step in the wrong direction can lead to instant death, even though they are fighting very slowly. And that feeling is just there, and that makes me endlessly like that fight, because despite the fact we're moving very slow, it just feels like Obi-Wan could die any second, and you know, he has to be really careful, even though knowing what we saw from the other battles, it's probably not even the case. I don't know. You know that moment when he goes back and they stand in front of the Millennium Falcon. That moment when they stand in front of it, and the clone trooper guys. I mean, fucking hell, the stormtroopers go over to them, and they
You
both
call
look at.
clones stormtroopers and stormtroopers clones.
I'm sorry. When but I didn't have this problem before. But like when they cross sabers in that scene, and they like look at each other in the eyes, and then Vader does like one like, which probably at that moment was probably the most intense and fast attack in the whole fight. Like he does this sort of, I don't know what he does exactly. He does like a flurry of like attacks, and like Obi-Wan just, he just, yeah, he like, they do like a spin, and then they cross sabers looking at each other. I always just felt like that moment was just gold, like pure gold from like a fighting standpoint. I don't know. There's just something about the danger there that makes it really exciting.
Well, let's move on.
Yeah, I
Issue
have
with
to go. I
revenge-
have to go to the bathroom first. You guys keep going, but tell me about what he says when I come back.
Revenge of the Sith is
Alright, I'm
Anakin's
leaving now.
actual turn once he decides to become Darth Vader in this next scene. Palpatine is shooting lightning at Mace Windu, and he's electrocuting himself as Mace Windu blocks it with a lightsaber, and Anakin's like, no, we need to try him. I need him, because Padme, oh my god! Cut off Mace Windu's hand. Mace Windu dies, gets shot out of a window, and then Anakin just goes like, I pledge myself to your teachings. I understand the motivation. I understand.
Okay, so how much you want to bet that he just says it was rushed? I'm gonna say $20, $20 in this.
Messing with him psychologically, it just felt a little abrupt. And Palpatine's all deformed now all of a sudden, and he doesn't really seem that shocked about it. I mean, if I were him, I'd be like, holy crap, my face is fucked. But we, as an audience, are expecting Palpatine to eventually look like this.
What? What? Hey, Deviant, you still there? Deviant? Yeah. Deviant, you still there?
So it wasn't surprising for us to see that, but him as a character, as a person, probably should have had a moment of shock when he realized that his entire face is now like some monster. The next sequence in which Order 66 is carried out.
Well, he didn't see his face. I mean, maybe he just doesn't care. Oh no. It's not super clear. But honestly, again, 19 minutes is what you spend it on.
Carried out, and the clone troopers turn on the Jedi and all of the other good guys is extremely effective. I love this shot where it pans down to the troopers' boots and they just stop following.
Oh yeah, it's a replica that they showed this favorite shot. Deviant, you still there? I think we've lost everybody. Lupus. 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 Oh my god.
following the Jedi. It's a great moment. It's really sad. John Williams' music, you see all these people dying, and I love how they took their voices screaming and they echoed them, you know, like it was some sort of fantasy, almost like it's not actually happening, but it is happening. Master Skywalker!
Oh, he's gonna cut to the,
There are too many of them. What are we going to do? Yeah, Anakin kills some children. He kills all the younglings. I mean, that's some dark stuff right there. I mean, yeah, it's a little...
okay. Well, he doesn't really. Well, everybody has left, so I guess I can entertain some questions in the chat. Just, while everybody else is gone.
All right, I'm back.
Back.
What's happening?
Deviant has completely left, and we just have like 5 to 10 minutes of straight dead.
You freaking kidding me?
I wasn't gonna do it by myself.
Where'd he go?
Oh, Chris Stuckmann talked about your the shot that you like.
What shot?
Which Order 66 is carried out and the clone troopers turn on the Jedi and all of the other good guys is extremely effective. I love this shot where it pans down to the troopers' boots and they just stop following the Jedi. It's a great...
Oh, this
Isn't that you who likes that shot?
Oh, I
Forget
fucking
it.
love that shot, dude.
Yeah.
The movie goes full hardcore, real life genocide style, and it's great.
Yeah, you also
Great
pointed
moment. It's
out.
really sad. John Williams' music. You see all these people dying, and I love how they took their voices screaming and they echoed them.
I like how there's
like it was so.
you said like yeah, like the lasers firing by even after he's collapsed on the floor. I guess
Oh yeah, definitely. Like that's
Mm.
it's
That whole scene right there with Kiadi Mundi, that short little 30-second thing, is so expertly directed.
it's masterfully done. Like there's so many I can
Order
endless,
66 in general is perfect.
I can endlessly talk about the amount of details about that one scene specifically. Like just the way he turns around and is like, "What are you guys doing?" And just how they point the guns, and you just know he's going to die. But because he's Jedi, because he's powerful, it'll take just a little bit, making it more sad. Like he deflects it, one stormtrooper dies, and he deflects another one. The stormtrooper dodges the blast, getting shot back at him.
Yep.
Oh my god, the clone troopers are so good at their job at this point. Like that,
Mhm.
like that detail. When I realized that, I was just so sad because it was like, if he's so good that he can dodge the blast getting shot back at him, that means these stormtroopers are like, they've been with the
Clone
Jedi for
troopers.
fucking hell. These clone troopers have been with the Jedi for so long. They have just
Hey, I'm back.
they are just absolute
Sorry,
elite soldiers.
You're good.
They are elite soldiers who know better than anyone else in the whole galaxy how to kill the Jedi.
Yep, they actually say it in the Clone Wars when they get brainwashed by the Geonosians. If there's one thing we clones know, it's how to stop a Jedi.
Yeah, and that's but yeah.
It is honestly really good foreshadowing. Honestly,
What's also great about the scene.
kind of proves the clones' actual mindsets when they're not,
Oh yeah.
normal. There's secretly sinister plot, not plot devices, plan devices.
What's also great about the scene is how he gets shot multiple times, and like it's just the way, like, because like the original version of that, they shoot the shit out of him, and you see the light going out his eyes. That would be good too, but it's not as good as this because this is more
Obviously
vicious.
not. Mm-hmm.
Like this is so vicious because it's
Yeah, I think the other scene it's still really good. It just seems kind of
too dramatic.
gratuitous.
Actually,
Like all of the Jedi die in these like over the top violent ways, whereas in this one it's more surgical. It's more
his
film.
death specifically, Kiani Mundi's, he's like a Jedi master, so he's pretty damn good.
He's the only other Jedi on the council that have a speaking role.
Yeah, fuck off.
It's Yoda and Windu.
I fucking hate it when people bring that up. It's like the other guys obviously talked just off screen. Stop saying that, you assholes. Whatever.
The only one who is concerned about the droid attack on the Wookiees.
Well, it's just that moment when Stars Only goes like, "Oh, Keanu Mundi, I feel a little bit bad for Keanu," but what are you talking about? He had two or three lines. How does that make him any better than all the
It's
non-speaking
impossible.
Jedi? You fucking
The Sith has been
retard.
extinct for over a millennium.
It's like if he talks, I care.
I hate to bring up the Clone Wars again because I know I bring it up way too often, but
That's fine.
you watch the Kiadi Mundi in the Clone Wars. He's honestly only has one episode where he's like one of the main characters. But he acts like the exact same way. He leads charge and he's always concerned about his troopers. And so when you realize, they're
Yeah.
likely some of the same troopers that he, saved from those Geonosians in that cave, and them during that crash, and God, he's dead.
But they gotta be, because otherwise that guy wouldn't be able to dodge that shit. Like that's like the thing with the Jedi is that they got these special squads of clones who survived everything up until that point that were with them for years, probably, that were almost kind of like their friends that betrayed them. Like it's, like
Yeah.
the Jedi and the clone troopers, they were connected in like a really instinctual way. Like they are the commanding officers of the armies, which are bred to fight for the Republic. Like as the Guardians of the Republic, if I have like an army of guys gifted to me that are solely designed to fight for the Republic, I'd be pretty happy. Like like that. That's really like because like if you watch this for the first time, it's like, oh my god, the clones were just they were designed to kill the Jedi all this time. It's such a good movie.
Yep.
Like it's just I like.
I mean,
no matter,
he's given the credit here. He's actually.
Definitely. Like but it's just. It can be said enough just how good of a scene this is. Like saying it's good is like an understatement.
He said it was great. So
not that I'm going to shit on him for it, because at least he's not being a complete retard about the film. He's actually saying some nice things about it for once.
Almost like it's not actually happening, but it is happening. Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Tell me, what would you say?
I think he's just.
Tell us that we have a plan. Tell us that there's hope.
Master Skywalker, tell us there's a plan. Get hope. I'll give you something to hope about.
Padme once said that hope is like darkness. It doesn't exist, and it's about to die.
What the fuck? Seriously though, people making fun of that line. It's just like he's like 6, and
I think he's just memeing right now.
It's just stupid though. It's like, what do you expect, you fucking retard? Oh my god.
Master Skywalker, the clone troopers, part of the 501st, have infiltrated our defenses and have killed over 500 of our Jedi at this moment. What is our current plan of action for getting out of the situation? I would advise that we do not worry about the safety of the clones while getting out of our predicament. Response, Master Jedi.
What's also great about that scene is that they actually, like, it's just one of those moments. It's just one of those moments where you can see that Jedi actually look at Anakin as like,
hero.
Yeah, like there's children.
They call him Master.
He came into that room, and the children thought their savior had arrived. Like fuck you, then. Fuck you for making fun of this. It's so annoying. That's a great scene. His reaction to him activating the lightsaber is fucking brilliant. That was actually some excellent acting for a child. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I don't think he's actually making fun of it.
Seriously, if somebody points like an assault rifle at me, if somebody points an assault rifle at me and clicks it on like safety off, you can bet your ass my reaction is, oh shit. Like,
relax, man. I don't think he's actually making fun of it.
This is like Chris Stuckmanning, where he goes like, he doesn't like a scene. Like, I'm gonna pick a scene from Lord of the Rings. He doesn't like a scene, so he goes like, a Morgul blade.
This would be like if Mahler, instead of picking apart the reason why Holdo's plan doesn't work, he just repeats Holdo's lines back. But to be fair, I don't think he's actually criticizing the scene. I think he's just being like, "Oh, okay, this is what happens," and it's silly.
Yeah. Well, let's see if he's an asshole about the scene or not.
Yeah, Anakin kills some children. He kills all the younglings. I mean, that's some dark stuff right there. I mean, yeah, it's a
Okay, let me have this one. When those, when all those Jews in the Holocaust died, that was some dark stuff, like.
That was
all
dark stuff right there.
all those millions of Christians killed by communism is dark stuff.
I mean, to be fair, nobody ever cared about the younglings.
Nobody ever cared about those Christians too.
Obviously.
The younglings they were shut the fuck up, everyone. Those younglings they were hold up. Honestly I wasn't even laughing so much at that. I was more just laughing at his excitedness. Like,
yeah, younglings are about to die.
Like you could just like you can see it through his eyes that he's like not soul dead like he is in other moments. Like it's like seriously, like Chris Stuckmann when he talks about this movie, he looks so bored. Like this scene, like this moment.
Yeah, it opens with some. It was pretty good CGI compared to episode 1 and 2.
Yeah. Like here he's like way more animated. So I'm just like, what the fuck?
He just likes dark stuff. Probably, why Empire is his favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, that's
the way
gonna
the
be
kid
it.
came out and was like, "What are we gonna do, Master Skywalker? What are we gonna? I cut off my."
Okay, I hate that. I hate the way he said that line. It's just like a joke. It's like, "Hey, girl, what are we gonna do tonight? I want some pie."
Nice job zapping the emotional. Nice job zapping the emotional weight of the scene. Let me do it to Empire 2 now. I love you. I know.
Okay. How about this? It can't be. That's impossible. No.
It can't be. It's impossible. No.
I am your father.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I am your father.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
It's not true. It's impossible. No.
Also, I noticed something here in Revenge of the Sith. This is the first time in the entire prequel saga that Yoda shows any emotion.
Wrong.
You are stupid.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
I'll twist him on. Hell, dude. What do you mean he hasn't shown any emotion?
It's not. He sounds like Cosmonaut. The only time they actually show emotion in the movie.
Only time there's subtlety, something I crave even though
Actually,
I don't like.
there is one line that I like in this film, and it's this one. You'll never hear me praise prequels for being subtle, so revel in this while you can.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think you, like Mueller said, I think you'd be bored by subtlety.
What
Our war should be simple.
What the fuck? Yoda constantly has all types of like little flexes, inflexes, and I mean he's a calm guy. What can I say? He goes like, "Padme Amidala, warms my heart to see you safe," and he does this little like old man like smiley face thing. It's like
also when he's talking about the Clone Wars at the end of Attack of the Clones, he seems regretful of his actions in attacking the Separatists.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
you want to talk about subtlety? There it is.
This just reminds me of when Confused Retard said, "Now Yoda is a CGI, it's a disgusting CGI puppet that looks nothing like in the original trilogy. Great job, Lucas." And I just sat there and I was like, "Where do you live, you motherfucker?"
I don't know why you're so eager to kill people because of their opinions on movies, but okay.
Mr. Shapiro, why are you like scribbling on paper?
Oh no, I just
he's like writing down ideas.
I constantly.
I don't want to.
Hey folks, I'm writing down ideas for my next post on the Daily Wire, and the idea that you'd stop music.
Oh yeah. I don't want to kill people for their opinions. I want to kill them for their ideas.
It's the, you're kidding me, right?
Of course, I'm kidding you, fucking idiots. Why the fuck would I kill people for what they believe?
At all when he says, "Goodbye, Chewbacca. Miss you, I will." And then
What? What?
I thought he was gonna bring up the point where he he drops his cane and grasps his chest when he feels all of the pain and suffering. What about this?
Hey,
what
Airborne.
about this?
Hey, Airborne. Remember that scene after the Mines of Moria or the forest? I really love the emotion that Frodo showed as he's walking through the forest there. Hey, remember that scene in I don't know, the Terminator 1 where Sarah Connor, she was her react. I really love that moment when she was acting like after when she was in the police station, I guess after, like, when she's in it. This is what the fuck is this shit? He drops his cane. He like drops to his knees, and he's just like, oh, like he overload from bad shit happening, and you're like,
Why do you?
I liked how he looked at Chewbacca.
And finally, we hear Yoda's theme from John Williams. Finally,
Well, we heard it in a brief section in Attack of the Clones.
Fucking god!
Finally, is that really what you were looking forward to? Finally, we get.
Yoda's theme is really good.
Hold up.
Yes.
Hold up, both of you be quiet for a second. Hey, Chris Stuckmann. Hey, how you doing there, fella? I think let me just say better what you wanted there. You wanted this. You wanted the keys dangled in front of your face, did you, there, boy? Fucking hell! You want to see? Woo! Yeah, keys. Oh my god.
Okay. I think the idea that Yoda
Hey man, Airborne, don't you like Yoda's theme from Empire? Even though we just got Anakin Dark, no, not Anakin Dark Deeds. I mean, what was it called? Order 66 theme. Man, there's a fucking Anakin Dark. And, oh my god, fuck off, Chris. I mean, Ben Shapiro. Hey, Airborne, we want a Yoda theme. Hell yeah, Yoda theme. Fuck Order 66. Such a terrible theme.
And the idea. Thank you.
Hey, folks, in the idea
What you want, Chris? What you want? You want the fucking keys dangled in front of your face. Man, I can understand why you like TFA,
Anyway, what I was thinking, it's basically I think it's pretty cool that they only used that theme up until now, because before he was basically like tied to like the Jedi Council, but now that they're basically all dead, he's kind of like his own person again.
Oh yeah.
I think that's kind of cool. We actually did hear it in a brief section. Actually, we heard it twice in Attack of the Clones. We heard it once for some reason when Anakin was dicing up Geonosians, which made no sense to me. That was kind of weird. And second, when he was saving Anakin and Obi-Wan from that giant steel beam.
Hey, what the fuck? What the hell is Yoda's theme?
I'm not gonna say it on live stream.
I have no idea what Yoda's theme is. I'll look it up at some point, I guess.
One of the best pieces of music in Star Wars, man.
Oh, I've got no idea what it is.
1 hour. Keep talking for 1 hour.
No, you can't just leave for an hour. There's no telling if this will actually take. Okay, this will take an hour. You can leave.
Yeah, but if
I'm just not gonna figure out what Yoda's theme is, so that people can't. So I don't know what it is. So that when the factory thing happens, I don't care if they're using his theme. But if
I'm just gonna pretend it's the Jurassic Park theme.
what the fuck? All right, Airborne, you there? Are you alive?
I'm still here.
All right, good. Let us continue this trash fire.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, that's that theme. Oh, I thought that was like a prequel thing.
I'm disappointed.
Oh wait, so the one that's like used when he saves Anakin is like a more
one. Yeah.
that version is like a more actiony one.
Yeah, Shea Frillis brings it up in his all 9 musical scores the Star Wars ranked. Like a heroic reworking of he ranked at number 4 out of 9, which is pretty high considering he hates Attack of the Clones and is his second least favorite film.
Attack of the Clones 4 out of 9.
Oh, like 4 out of number 4. Like he thinks that Empire, Jedi, and Revenge of the Sith have better scores.
Empire, Jedi. Wait, Jedi. What is?
Return of the Jedi.
Okay, good. I thought it was the
Last Jedi is number 7 in the list,
which is above fucking episode 1. So retarded list. Move on with this trash fire.
The thing we love, the thing that's so emotional, and you're just like,
doesn't mean shit compared to. Okay, no, Jimmy, calm down.
I know what you're going for.
Don't literally try and trash the OT every time you talk about this. So, calm down. All right, good. So, good theme, excellent, love it, masterpiece, awesome. But there's so many fucking awesome original soundtracks from the prequels. To like highlight this is just ridiculous. I mean, it should be like this. And now we're in Order 66, where we have this beautiful music piece. And now we see Yoda going back to whatever, and we hear Steve. That's nice. And now we get Anakin Dark Deeds, and it's like, oh my god, this amazing theme. Then we get Obi-Wan versus Anakin, Battle of Heroes, and Duel of Fates. Like it's whatever.
Yeah.
Let's call it a nitpick on this D-view.
Nitpick.
like, oh yes, Yoda. Oh yes, Yoda. Because that was the only little bit of emotion we finally got out of Yoda, and John Williams is like,
Wrong.
I'm not even interested. We already covered why he's wrong, so just wrong.
Okay,
actually, let's
look at his face.
Let's say. All right, I'm gonna clip that one. All right, well, yeah. So I feel like there's one like really good meme way to say he's wrong here. It's I'm undoubtedly going to say it inferiorly to the meme version, but essentially it's like a guy in like a room that's like interrogating someone, and he's asking a rhetorical question, and the dude tries to answer it. He goes like wrong. So yeah, Chris Stuckmann, you're wrong.
That was a really good impersonation.
Yeah, so that's good. You're wrong. Let's move on.
finally, Yoda emotion. I'll put Yoda's theme in there. Finally, thank you. And then
You have 19 minutes, man. You have 19 minutes.
God. Who
19
cares?
minutes.
Fucking shit. Chris Stuckmann. Love Across the Stars.
Is that piece even in Revenge of the Sith?
Probably not, but just saying. Love Across the Stars.
They just call it Across the Stars.
Look, the reason why this pisses me off is because it's like I'm a guy who was like a popular rock band dude from the 80s. And I did like a really good album everybody loves, and I do something that's on the same level of goodness. And then a guy comes over to me and is like, "Hey, I like the remix of your old track. It is so good. It's the only time I felt emotion." It's like, and I'm just like, "What the fuck is?"
Well, to be fair, he's saying the only time he felt emotion with Yoda.
For Yoda, yeah, I know.
He definitely felt the tisms before.
I know. He's just majorly frustrating to listen to. Like I just at this point, I want to just have a cartoon hammer and smash him with it. Like that meme where it's like he hits him and it's like all is forgiven. I want that with Chris Stuckmann now. Like just,
you. And then all of a sudden, wow, is that a Star Wars set?
Fucking hell!
Come on, man.
Hey, you really. He really loves nostalgia.
Hey,
Star Wars.
hello. My name is Dr. Nostalgia, and I have diagnosed that Chris Stuckmann has a very, very unhealthy dose of nostalgia-ritis. You can when the second
Wait a minute. Is that a real set or is that CGI?
it's
Okay.
probably a real set, Mr. Airboy.
It looks like a real set. If it's
Yeah,
CGI, I would
it
be
does.
impressed.
Yeah.
It's
I agree.
outside of my realm of expertise. I only care about nostalgia-ritis.
Are we finally on a Star Wars set?
We were all the fucking time, you retard.
Yeah.
Wait a sec. What the?
Does Naboo
Tat-
not
if-
count
even
as
Even if you don't count the prequels, Tatooine was definitely a Star Wars set because of Mos Eisley and that stuff.
Somebody takes the clips from Yavin 4 and just paste them all over the prequels, and ask like all the characters are just in Yavin 4 going from place to place, and just show it to Chris Stuckmann, and then like see if he likes it more. This is so annoying. This is so annoying.
A Star Wars set.
You mean like? Hold up 1 second. Tatooine in Episode 2. What the fuck? Chris, you're retarded. You're fucking retarded. Every single scene in this movie is a Star Wars set because it's made by George fucking Lucas. You massive retard.
Whatever.
Whatever.
And it's really powerful to finally see Anakin carrying out all these dark deeds. His eyes are changing.
Yeah, the two movies were leading up to it.
Anakin carrying out dark deeds.
It's really powerful. Really powerful. It's really powerful seeing Hitler carry out all these murders in this movie.
It's not like Hitler shoots people like over and over, but it's
Everybody else do it.
it's fucking shit. This is so. But regardless of it, like I do like the dark deeds. Oh, dun, no. Dun, dun,
Okay,
na, 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 na.
let's just stop before Replica turns this into an orchestra.
Oh, yeah,
Changing colors. He's assassinating people left and right.
Oh my god, is that a close up in Star Wars? I thought George Lucas only knew how to do wide shots with really bad CGI.
Oh, and also shot reverse shot.
Shut up, Airborne. You see the stupid techno. You see the fucking techno guy at the end of the table who's made a see. I just clicked on the wrong button and went to a different call.
Oh yeah, I kind of like how every single time we see Wat Tambor in the prequels, he's somewhere near a table.
Oh yeah.
We see him at the round table on Geonosis. We see him. We see him on a table on Utapau. And we see him near a table on Mustafar.
Yeah, but we do see him walk though.
When was that?
When he's walking with Count Dooku and everyone else.
Yeah, but he goes to a table immediately after that. So.
By the way, just saying, excellent visual storytelling here. We see him at the end of the table.
But I don't even know what would a prequel hater say.
But he's standing there at the end of the table. He's like, "Oh shit!" He's like,
Turn was too fast.
What the fuck? He's just scared looking at Anakin, and it's like you see Anakin like look away, seeing if he missed something to the camera, and you see his eyes and turning around. It's like, okay, we yeah, he's dead. That guy is.
I have
dead
a
as
weird
hell.
friend who thinks that Darkseid Anakin looks hot. Lightside Anakin doesn't.
I hope she's a girl
She is a
because
girl.
otherwise, okay, good.
And she,
Uh,
it was weird
yeah,
because the only reason she said she'd watch the prequels is to see Darkseid Anakin.
what the fuck?
Yeah, she's like,
How
"Well,
would
I
you?
saw this cosplay of Darkseid Anakin. Now I want to watch the prequels."
How hot is? What the fuck? That's like saying you. That's like a woman saying she loves Arnold Schwarzenegger, but only in the Terminator 1 when the half his face is blown off. Like, it's what the fuck?
I only wanted to watch the original trilogy because I heard Carrie Fisher was in a bikini. Obviously,
Get to look at
I
women.
really don't get why. I really don't get how that's. She's not. Whatever.
no one wants to hear your blasphemous words.
What is blasphemous about saying that whatever the cup is called is not high enough?
Right. I just think that Obi-Wan's realization that Anakin is behind it, there isn't enough real shock or emotion in his voice or on his face.
Shut the fuck up, you retard. He's bottling that all up inside until he unleashes it.
In the immolation scene.
Also, by the way, he's like.
No, I
can't
mean
watch
like
any-
shock is pretty slow. It doesn't happen immediately most of the time.
Yeah.
That's
You
just
look at people like Anakin, Ahsoka who are like unconventional Jedi. They have a wider range of emotions because they haven't allowed themselves to become dictated by the code. Whereas Obi-Wan is more, he's more emotional than most Jedi because he trained under Qui-Gon. And then there's people like, Mace Windu and Ki-Adi Mundi who just show none at all because they've been completely enraptured in this idea of showing no emotion because it's against the code.
Obi-Wan puts up an oh my god like face from like now on. Like he's just oh no
Yeah, he's really pondering what's happening,
Like he doesn't want to believe what he's seeing there. Like he's like, I can't watch anymore. Like he doesn't want that to be reality. Like what he's seeing here. He doesn't. He essentially he's everything about this is just no. Oh my god, no. Oh god, no. And then at the end when he's when Anakin is burning and he's just like. Then he breaks down. He's like, "You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them." Like saying that because like I know, like what. Look. If I'm gonna level with you here, I would have loved to see a close up on Obi-Wan's eyes, and see them get wider, and him just being like, "Oh God," But that's not the type of film that George Lucas makes. That's not his camera style. He's like
he's more honest about it.
yeah,
this is what you would see if you were looking at Obi-Wan. You wouldn't see the close-up of his eyes.
Yeah, like it's like I would love to see that, but that's not how George makes his stuff. So just look. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. Most scenes in the prequels where you would expect people. Most scenes where you expect a dramatic like close up or something, you don't get it, and that's kind of a problem if you grow up with movies like that. But if you don't have enough substance to your character as a human being to like be able to look past that, that's on you. I won't argue with anyone that it would have been nice if we had that, but like people like Rick Worley's show, that's just simply not how George Lucas makes movies, and that's a good thing because it's good that not all movies are the same. This is why I love the love story in Attack of the Clones so much. None of this shit about like those lips I've kissed. I know not how oft.
The
None of
Fernando thing.
Yeah, exactly. There's none of that overly over like every love story movie. It's always
Danny DeVito test.
I love you so much. And I'm just like, oh god, fucking hell.
What's the Danny DeVito test again? I know what it is, but I forget the details.
If you replace the male person with Danny DeVito and it becomes creepy, then
Then it's not a good love story.
Yeah. But yes, let us move forward.
On his face, he's just sort of like, I can't watch anymore, and he turns off the security hologram. We'll talk more about that security.
Why did you look excited about this?
I think adding in Danny DeVito would make it less creepy.
Why does he have a rape face right now?
Oh my god.
What the fuck? Chris Stuckmann has the weirdest facial expressions. He can go from soul dead and then be triggered by like when he saw the scene where Anakin like slaughters the sand people. Like I remember watching that, I was like, what the fuck is up with his eyes here?
You see, this is why people like Mahler and Nero don't show their faces so that they can't get caught like this.
Well, I doubt they would react like this because Chris Stuckmann's priorities and like what he thinks is good and bad, they're all over the place. It's so weird.
It's not as bad as Compsonate.
But it's just like, yes, the children are getting slaughtered. Yes.
We get to see some violence.
Whoa.
But it's just like I remember that like he was like George Lucas cut this. Oh, did I skip backwards or something? I don't know. I'll click to counteract it. But yeah,
Security hologram.
All right, yeah, there we go. But fucking hell, this is another terrible face to look at. But I remember when he got like pissed or something because he cut the sand scene slaughter like too quickly, and I remember like clipping that, and I told you guys why he looks really upset about this.
This is where the Jedi don't run.
This really is a rape face. What the fuck? Well, okay, he's more laughing about the recording, probably. If he actually criticized that, there'll be like one moment where I actually agree with him.
In a second. There just wasn't quite enough of a realization or that moment where he's like in denial. It was just like, oh.
Alright, so he just wanted the baby close up. But, you know, it explodes later, so dude, I don't want to say he doesn't understand it because I could see why someone would miss that detail. But I mean, he is a reviewer, so he should have paid attention. This is not him. This is not criticizing him on a personal level like these other things. This is more. Well, we weren't criticizing him personally. We weren't criticizing who he is as a person. We were criticizing the point. Like now, I'm just criticizing him as a reviewer. That you should have probably noticed that one.
Oh yeah, what are we gonna do about Anakin? That's pretty bad. It's so quick. It's really a.
Okay. It's a little quick, but once again, it's not bad. It's just like all those other things in the prequels. It's like could have maybe done a bit better, I guess. It's not bad.
And like I said, in the next scene, Padme's not believing anything Obi-Wan is saying about Anakin's new way of acting, and he's like, I have seen a security hologram of Anakin killing younglings. That's some Lucas dialogue right there. Watching these prequels.
I would have said that.
That's
what he was said. Oh, Joe Padme, I saw hologram.
How did you sit down? How do you sit down, watch movies as awesome as this, and just be like, oh, this person said that they saw images of children being murdered, and that's in like a somber tone. Man, this
the line
is
that's
George Lucas dialogue.
George Lucas dialogue.
man,
This is deleted. This is
Men
deleted
dialogue.
scene. There's this deleted scene in the movie Terminator where like the black guy cop person is still alive, and he's like, "She has to survive. Do what you gotta do." Like pretend that was in the movie, and I'll just be like, "Oh, James Cameron dialogue." What the fuck is? What the fuck is this shit? I don't even want to respond to it. It's just so boring as a criticism. He's actively looking for things to criticize, and that's just it. There's no substance behind.
He can't give a prequel movie an A, so he's got to find a way to dip it below a.
I mean, like, look, like that thing about like the lightsaber fight with Mace Windu and I feel like I was a little stretching there, but I was looking at all possibilities, all sides, all points of views there, except the ones that say it's bad, like all the different variations.
Wow.
I was looking at all the Well, okay, I did a few that were bad, but the point was, I feel like I was a little bit reaching with that one, maybe, in a few handful of ways. This, I don't know what to say other than it's not bad, and you saying it's George Lucas dialogue. I mean, if this is George Lucas dialogue and everybody else is like, I saw burning children.
That's some that's some Stuckmann dialogue.
Well, I mean, Chris Stuckmann would at least it would be like this. Chris Stuckmann.
It would be like
Chris Stuckmann would be like this. I'm going to try and be as like faithful to how he would do it as possible here. So I'm actually going to seriously be here.
Turn them children into barbecue hot dogs.
I saw him. I saw images of him murdering children. Like that's how he would probably have it be done. But he would be more like, I saw him kill kids. But like, okay, look, that line I just did. Okay, that a little bit more emotional. But who is Obi-Wan Kenobi? Jedi Knight. Well, Jedi Master, but look, I'm not going to argue with anyone who wished that he was a bit more expressive here, because I wish he was a bit more expressive. But it's not out of his character to hold it all in. In fact, that makes that outburst at the end so much specialer, is that all that, rage, all that frustration, all that anger, he all spews it out towards the end. And, it's such a beautiful fucking scene. Guys, can I just go on a slight tangent here? I really hate this. Like, I hate this whole fucking thing. Like, the prequels are movies that came out in 2005 when I was 5. The Revenge of the Sith came out when I was 5 years old. I love that movie so much. I watched it like my whole life. The world was a far different place when it came out. We're still arguing if it's a good movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's not a really good argument, but it's just, it feels so fucking regressive and just stupid. Like, I don't know. This movie, it caps off so much. So many years of it's honestly, I struggle. Besides a few things that are obvious, I guess. I would like my react if you went up to me, whether it was 2005 or now. I would, if you'd ask me how would you have done it, I would probably say I don't know what I would do differently. Like, I feel like that's kind of the through line with the prequels for me, is that for better or worse, George did it this way, and I wouldn't have it any other way because it turned out great as it is. Like, I mean, do people ask James Cameron if he wants to go back to the first Terminator movie and change a few things around because it wasn't that great? Like, it's there are movies that are made in their time, and people, they had a vision, they had an idea, and they did it. And George Lucas this prequel series, in a way, was, you know, it wasn't like the originals. He just did something unique, something creative, something special. And I just gotta say, I'm just so sad that none of these people want to accept that, but also acknowledge it as such. Like, if for as much shit as I give Nostalgia Critic, I actually appreciate that he said, like, I don't like that he said that his vision was bad, but he was like, it's actually kind of interesting how the prequels is like a series of movies made fully out of one man's idea. It wasn't good, but it was interesting to see one person forcing his idea through. And like, obviously, it was good, but still,
I'll take a flawed a flawed version of one man's vision over the perfect corporatized version of Star Wars.
Yeah, like it's
even imagining the most ideal version of what we could have gotten from Disney. I will still take George Lucas's prequels over that, even back when I didn't like them.
But like, I mean, when it comes to something like the prequels, they're just straight up good movies. When it comes to, say, I don't know, what's an original movie that wasn't executed well? I don't know.
Avatar.
Do you mean the Avatar movie, or the James Cameron Avatar?
James Cameron's Avatar.
Yeah, well, okay, take Avatar. A lot of people crap on it, and I don't really like that movie because the bad guys are the good guys in my eyes. Just saying.
It's also essentially a tech demo.
Yeah, but like I said,
that's how Jack Films described it.
Yeah. But yeah, so the humans in the movie are the good guys. I find it really annoying. I find, like, you don't give me an old general guy and tell me he's the bad guy. Like, you're not doing that. Well, I mean, actually, he does have an appearance of a bad guy, but I don't know. The movie never convinced me because the humans were only trying to get stuff to save Earth. So, I mean, what the hell? But, anyways,
I remember I was trying to someone was a debate on The Last Jedi, and they kept saying, "Oh, you gave it a 2 out of 10. It deserves a 5 for the visuals alone." And I was like, "You realize that in 20 years, The Last Jedi will look like garbage."
Oh yeah.
So I use the Mahlerisms. I say the effects will age, shots will age, every visual decision and storytelling, or not visual storytelling will age.
Story will age because racisms.
and they say, and then you know what the response was? Good Avatar. It still looks good.
Okay, alright. So the partial response.
No, they don't even address the fact that visuals will never be a testament to quality. They were just like, but Avatar had cool visuals.
Well, here's the thing with Avatar, like, it was made by James Cameron, and while the story was stupid as fuck, it's still made by like a guy who knows what he's doing. So obviously the visuals are good because they have some heart put into it. Dare I say, like that movie looks good because he imagined that world pretty well. He just, it was like you said, it's a tech demo, but the thing with Avatar is that, like, there's good stuff in it all around it. Actually, like, I actually think that world's pretty cool, even though I think the blue people look stupid as hell, and I am more than happy to just wipe them all off the map.
And there's going to be 4 Avatars sequels.
James Cameron, if you want to hire me as one of the bad guys, go ahead. The only conditions are I don't die and I get to kill a lot of them. Like, if you want to hire me as one of the villains of the movies, I'll gladly do that. Like, I fucking hate the Na'vi. It's but like that world, like, it's, I mean, say what you want about it. A lot of people, I saw Drinker's terrible video on it, which was terrible purely because he shot in the prequels. But like that was not good argumentation there. Like it's the I mean, yeah, so like it's an original idea, it's a creative idea, way better than TLJ could ever hope to be. And even though it has this annoying like, oh, Native Americans, white people oppress the whole world storyline to it. Well, it. Well, I certainly hope that's not the case for the new ones, but yeah,
I am not seeing this Avatar film.
Next one, it's gonna be about green people who eat watermelon and fried chicken.
Oh god!
wrong with you?
Get him off! Get him off! We're gonna get demonetized.
All right.
And they're gonna rebel against their white.
All right, good. So, I feel like he was cut off his best moment. All right, David. No.
Hey!
All right, good. So, yeah. So, anyways, like that, like it's like Jeremy said. Jeremy from Cinema Sins said, a bad original idea is still better than.
Oh, Diego.
Are we still up?
We're fine.
Are we still up?
Hey, Michael.
Okay, we're up. Okay,
Yes.
so.
Yeah, like Nom said.
Hello, Michael. Don't
guy
play
trying to
Super
find
Bowl, or I will cut off your head.
Guy trying to find the best recipe.
All right, welcome.
Don't worry, I wouldn't do that to you.
Welcome to the stream, Michael. Here's your download invite link. Please don't play Super Bowl, or else I will explode.
I won't. I did for Diego, but he exploded and started dropping F-bombs everywhere. It could be because I was destroying him or not. Not me, really.
Okay. Shut up. Go to Site 19, press the button, and get in.
Okay.
And
so
don't talk.
what are we reviewing?
We're reviewing Chris Stuckmann's Revenge of the Sith video. But yeah, anyway, bad original ideas are better than, obviously not all original ideas. Like an original idea about a movie where the moon is made of cheese and chickens try and capture it. That's, I mean,
It's not a bad idea.
That might be a good idea for like a cartoon or some shit like the cheese chickens. But like, well, I guess that's kind of the point there, is that original ideas can be anything. Like your imagination can go anywhere. And copying something, Michael, swear to God, mute yourself when you're not talking. This is a stream. Do it right now. Or you know what? Okay, good. But people in the background are talking for Michael. I tell him to mute himself, and instantly I hear people talking in the background for Airborne.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You were supposed to.
Let me move somewhere else.
No, it's all right.
You have a laptop. I really should.
Oh, you have a laptop. Okay, go ahead. So anyway, like, right, new stuff is more creative, and old stuff, it's just, like it's not like you can't copy the same thing over and over. It just
becomes an Ouroboros.
It just has to... in homage to A New Hope could have been cool, but The Force Awakens was the wrong time and place for it. Not only that, but it was executed incredibly poorly.
Well, if you really wanted to make Rogue One, like, if you really wanted to make an homage, make that Rogue One. Rogue One is all about Episode 4. Like, if you made it so that Rogue One like literally just stands on the heels, I mean, right up to, like, it essentially might be like hugging A New Hope in terms of continuity. Like
Rogue One is essentially a love letter to the original trilogy.
Yeah, like it's like
takes the same imagery and just ramps it up. Completely basks in the original trilogy's lifeblood.
Yeah, I wish I could see the Rogue One, but that female protagonist, no way. I'm sure it's a good movie, but that trailer
Exist.
of movie.
Oh no, the trailer is incredibly misleading.
I know I heard about that, but anyone who makes a trailer like that instantly has me on their hate list. So
The trailer, besides Jane Ursa, the trailer is actually pretty cool.
Maybe I'll watch it.
And I know that's me saying like in reviews.
I mean,
if you take the bad stuff out, it's not bad.
I mean, after all, I said I would never watch Force Awakens, and I did at school, and I was retarded. Okay, actually, let me say something funny when I watched The Force Awakens. So we were at school, and we were like at like a movie night or something, and like this one guy said when Kylo Ren came out, he said, "Is that Darth Vader?" I just looked at him like, "Are you retarded?" Probably was, because everybody at the school was a fucking idiot, but it was fucking fascinating watching it because nobody knew anything that was happening, and I was just like, I kept zoning in and out of the movie, just doing something else because I was just not interested in it at all. But I remember, like, when Han Solo dies, everybody was like, "Oh, I guess that happened." It's fucking hilarious. Like I saw Han die and fall over, and somebody said, "I guess that's what sons do to their parents."
Okay, let's move on.
Airborne,
let's
I'll promise you I'll watch TLJ one day.
One day you gotta do it. You have
like
to.
the problem is that when I see it, I'll know that I'll get so enraged. I want to make a better video than anyone else who's ever made a video on it, and that requires a lot of work.
And then it'll be 20 hours long.
It just has this constant heavy metal music playing as I just ran.
Wars, the Last Jedi saw.
You're doing it with you're doing it with your squealy like
Count Dankula's theme plays, you know.
But I would
Diego. Diego.
Why is everyone ignoring Finn?
It's to give you the illusion of kinetic energy within the film.
I know, but it's
the most boring movie ever.
Well, like I know that I'll want to make a video that outdoes everyone, and this is not gonna be easy. But it will be easy because there's a lot of details nobody mentions. But besides
to be fair, they didn't have Mahler didn't really have the information that we have now. You know, more context and stuff.
Oh no, I'm just talking in general. Like everybody who covers it, like Mahler is generally the best one. Everybody else is sort of like movie's bad because it's bad, and here's a scene that was bad, and here's another scene that's bad, and there's another scene that's bad. And Mahler is like, as you can see, based on the logic here, the bombers don't make any sense. And other guys are like, well, the bombers would have blown itself up. And they're right, but it's not on the same level.
They're all correct about the movie, but they don't provide the context that Mahler does.
Yeah. So like
I don't really get why people are so mad at Mahler above everybody else. He just says everybody else says because he proves it.
Like essentially, my TLJ video would be like Mahler, except twice as long, and I'll literally go frame by frame and just and
you'll be far angrier.
Oh, definitely. Like
you'll be in frame 496. We have this absolutely retarded part where there are no stars in the background. Oh, there are no stars.
Something that's always irked me about one of the scenes is that there's this big giant streak and it's not explained, and nothing ever comes of it, and then just like, what is that streak? Why is that streak there?
You mean the asteroids? I think they were asteroids.
Asteroids, no.
Oh god, I feel tiredness coming over me. We better continue the video.
And knowing about the changes they've made to the originals, Lucas has always had a tough time conveying emotion through.
Hold up 1 second. Hold up.
No.
I need to check if the stream is still going.
Yeah, it's still up.
all. No. Oh, okay. It's good. It's just on a hard lag. It's fine. Okay. So yeah, this is retarded because, I mean, we literally just saw a scene where Yoda falls on his cane and it's just like, oh god, oh my god, everything's going to hell. And we saw some excellent, but like building up rage, or not rage, but just sadness and horror in Obi-Wan.
Raid Shadow Legend.
Shut up, Michael.
It's
And we
still
see Padme be all like, I don't believe that. I mean, she's acting highly emotionally in that scene. Like she's acting very intensely, and we see the Emperor.
it's bad. Natalie Portman
Oh,
bad.
we see some of the best acting in all of cinema history from Hayden Christensen with his angry face. Like seriously, that's
No, it's
Liar!
that angry face.
the greatest acting in all of cinema. Really,
I said one of the best, not the best.
even one. That's kind of stretching it.
Falling Down, I would say.
Kind of. I mean, incredibly.
The Falling Down has some of the. Falling Down is it's a movie that probably some of the best acting of all time, and for the most part, that guy is just looking very worn out in his face. All right.
What about the Last Jedi's performances? That's the best acting in Star Wars.
Listen, Airborne. The reason why I consider his face to be so good acting is because it perfectly represent. Like I connect to it on a personal level. Like I don't know. Look, there's a genuine quality there that George
You
captures.
connect
Like,
to it because
it's
our youngling slayer. No.
Look, when I'm angry or just generally pissed off, like I am with these people very often, I have that same face because I'm very distant emotionally.
Liar!
I have a lot of problems summoning emotions like other people do because I'm just so tired of everything. So I just have this face I summon myself that is very like her. But it's not it's just look, I know it sounds awkward, but that is the depressed, irritated, like everybody just I don't like this face. Like that's and Hayden Christian handles it perfectly. And as someone who still to this day kind of feels like that, I can just relate to that really well. Now, I mean, I know that look, it doesn't look amazing, but it is amazing if you study psychology and you understand how that stuff works. It's not to say that I wouldn't wish him to make different faces. Like I would have definitely I would have loved to see him slice into Jedi and just watch him like sometimes half break down before going back to that face as like a hiding wall, you know. But we didn't get that, so you know, like it's the I look Airborne. One day I'll make a video about this. You know, when I cover Confused Matthew and stuff. When he says there's no conflict.
Let's move on.
When he and I'll explain why this is as realistic as it is
without just
like,
having them.
And by the way, when I say in like the among the best of all time, I would say this is like in the 90s, 80s categories. It's not like in the top 10, obviously, because ultimately it is just a face. But like I said, Falling Down, so the best acting ever. And that guy's mostly just holding the same face.
Sequels have the best acting.
Well, you know, the thing with the face is that it's the eyes.
Shut up. The sequels have better acting.
Sequels are better acting because they're faster and they talk about more fun stuff.
They make quips
They
and
run more.
They're energetic.
They fly down.
I really don't understand why people think the performances in The Last Jedi are so good. Ryan Johnson has no idea how to handle actors.
It's airborne. It's because instead of being like the Senate will decide your fate, it's like we're gonna kick your ass. The Senate will decide your fate, you little prick. We're gonna go
I'll be
kick your
like,
ass.
"Hands up now! You're going down."
Going down, Palpy. All right, well, let's go here because I'm getting sick of this.
They feel. People scream no, or when Padme
Yeah, that's good, by the way.
goes next, Anakin, you're breaking my heart. He has
That feels that scene
Oh,
feels
that face right there.
that scene really feels like that.
Get that
Like,
face right there. That's something. That's something for the books.
I know, but like that scene with Padme, that looks like that when she goes to break my heart. I feel as though she just grabbed my heart and broke it right in front of my face. Like that. I know I'm saying this in a monotone voice, but seriously,
it really broke my heart.
But like,
sad.
Yeah, but seriously, when I saw that scene, I was just like, oh my God.
No, I agree. It was very sad. It was sad.
I mean, if you're gonna like,
Yeah,
honestly,
sad.
okay, airborne, shut up, Chris Stuckmann. If you're honestly gonna like tell me and be like, the scene where she's like, "You're going down a path I can't follow," like I don't know you anymore. Like, if you're honestly gonna tell me that's like bad acting, then you're just out of your fucking mind, dude.
He has this thing where he's like,
is just like running around screaming.
I still want somebody to make that where the ship opens up and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon just sprint out. I was thinking of making it a GTA 4, but obviously I can't get Star Wars models in that game. I just need some game that has like a really intense sprint animation.
I need
and maybe attach the faces to the heads and then just have them run.
People to say what they're feeling, because you can never actually convey emotion without saying it. I think that's what he's
fucking hilarious. It's fucking hilarious how it's utterly fucking hilarious how he says this, even though they convey emotion through
Without
how
saying
they
it.
move around all the fucking time, just doing probably to a higher degree than any other movie ever. Like this is so mind-bogglingly frustrating. I'm pretty sure Rick Worley's reaction to this was pretty much like he's got the opposite conclusion to the actual scene. Like this, I just can we just skip the video? I don't want to watch anymore.
Nope.
I don't want to watch anymore.
Nope.
I think that's what he's.
I can't watch anymore.
Nope. All right, we're keeping going.
Struggles the most with in his writing. He's afraid that people are not going to understand what he's trying to convey unless they say it directly to the audience. And as this
No, honestly,
well, clearly you didn't understand.
Honestly, he should have been more afraid of people like you who can't fucking. Okay, look at Hayden's face here. Look at Hayden's face. It's that same face I talked about earlier. Look at him. He looks like a combination of very just like everything sucks and angry. Like his face just screams, just I'm not happy here. Like everything about him is just, and Obi-Wan is behind him, almost like an angel on his shoulder. You know, like a light.
It's a stupid face. No, this is a really good face.
But like Obi-Wan is there, like a.
That's acting.
Fucking hell! Who made her? Who casted her? Jesus Christ!
J.J. Abrams.
But yeah, so like Obi-Wan is there, like a shoulder, like an angel on his shoulder, and just look at his face. He's just like, come on, like that. That's what his face says. It's just like this is like the moment when he says, "Anakin, my allegiance is to democracy, to the republic." I mean, fuck. I just got the words mixed up. Well, Anyway, like that. I mean,
I mean, you
honestly,
can just say you can't handle subtlety.
like, do any of you guys do any of you guys have any idea why these people are just this blind to seeing just? It's like the emotion. It's all on the characters' faces.
But
Like,
emotion, subjective, Replica.
Yeah, but why can't they see anything here? There's
Tell me
so much.
why are
There's,
we so blind to see?
why are they? Why are they so like? Why can they not see this? Seriously,
Because they're silly.
I feel like this is the perfect answer. Is that they're silly.
This final confrontation between Anakin and Obi-Wan is about to start. Some of Hayden Christensen's line delivery is just atrocious. If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Not what he sounds like at all.
You will not take her from me. So we get to
Dude, but way to accurately represent that line in its entirety.
They fly now.
They fly now.
No. Okay. Let's 100% accurately do that. They fly now.
They fly now.
They fly now.
Sorry, I gotta be quiet because I'm in a house. Otherwise, I would be screaming.
Oscar retard Isaac literally goes, "They fly now." Like, no offense, Oscar, but fuck me, that was terrible. And
Probably
Finn is like,
wasn't his fault.
I know, but like, Finn, I mean, the black guy, I mean, other John Boyega, he's like, "They fly now." Like he's asking this in the most fucking retarded way imaginable. And sorry, so I'm laughing at the scene where Mahler does a close up on them lying in the sand, shooting at the. I don't know. That fucking amuses me. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, calling this acting from him bad is just retarded. Like the line delivery is atrocious. What the fuck are you talking about? Like just the when he literally goes, "If you're not with me, then you're my enemy." And he's like, "You're not with me, then you're my enemy." Like, "You will not take her from me." And he's like, "You will not take her from me."
Take it from me.
Like it's ow.
You will not take her from me.
Oh
Fucking shit, dude. This is so annoying. Okay, we have to keep going because it will almost be 1 a.m. and I want to sleep on time. So let's get there.
Christensen's line delivery is just atrocious.
You know what, Chris? I think your general line delivery on your videos is atrocious.
Not with me.
Do you see those DVDs to your left, Chris? I mean, you're right in like your perspective, but do you see those Dragon Ball Z DVDs? Those are like the only reason why I haven't sent my soldiers to kill you.
What?
Just understand that we haven't burnt your house down because of your Dragon Ball Z DVDs.
Come on. What's he
enemy. You will not take her from me! So we get to the big finale where Anakin and Obi-Wan are finally dueling on Mustafar, the lava planet, and Yoda.
I like how it's just finally like this is just the only way it could ever be. I hate this so much.
I mean, 7 whole minutes of glorious lightsaber fighting.
Yep.
And the Emperor are also dueling.
You remember how long the final battle lasted in Rise of Skywalker? What was it, 20 seconds? Unless you Rey deflecting lightning.
Oh, that. I am all the Sith.
And I am all the Jedi. Or is the final battle also Exegol? In that case, I don't even know.
That fucking line by Ian McDermott is probably like the best thing in history. I am all the Sith. We got that's like the one good thing about the sequels. YouTube poopers get to have a lot of fanfic tier dialogue actually said by the characters.
I remember being dragged into it in theaters. See it, I was like, I told my friends, I was like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna be any good. I really want to see it. They're like, no, come on. I was like, okay, fine, I'll sit through it. And as soon as you said, I am all the Sith, I was like, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Don't fucking say it, don't say it. And then, of course, Rey delivers the single greatest line in all of Star Wars. And I'm all the Jedi.
I am all the
And it's pretty cool, although incredibly choreographed to the point of absurd.
I am all the Sith.
Okay, calm down, Replica. All right, let's see what he has to say about Obi-Wan.
You know what makes it better, Airborne. You know what makes it better,
And Yoda
is that like the Emperor has his two little hands up, and he's like hiding behind him, and you could put like boxes behind him, and he's like in a fort that says like "No girls allowed" or something, and he's like shooting out of the tiny hole, like I am all the Sith. Like it's
Okay. We're just gonna. Okay, there we go. All right, let's keep going.
and the Emperor are also dueling, and it's pretty cool, although incredibly choreographed to the
yeah, it was really awesome seeing the fight. But
point of absurdity. You just don't.
what the fuck are you talking about, you retard?
He's doing. It's like this fight is good. No homo.
The sense that two people are actually fighting in regards to.
Yeah, I do feel the fighting because that move over there was better than anything I've ever seen. It's like he's actually fucking trying to kill him there. By the way, like this whole fucking fight.
I would say that you probably haven't seen the Shadowversity video yet because the video isn't made. No, he hasn't seen it. He hasn't seen it at this point because it wasn't made yet. So, whatever. He doesn't know the brilliance of it.
Yeah, like the literal only problems with this fight scene are like there's like one or two moments where Hayden
Shadowversity says it's 90% excellent.
Oh, that's clearly wrong. It's like 96. That's probably because
really. I mean, if his analysis, I think 90% is pretty spot on.
but he fucked up the swinging part, so that's
no, not really. That's
no. He fucked it up just as hard as
no, not really.
He fucked it up just as hard as everybody else. Like I will always say it. They swung as like a crescendo event. Like they were both fighting really, 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 really hard.
And so that means that they'll miss each other again and again and again.
They weren't missing each other.
They absolutely were.
They both stopped fighting.
What?
Like they were swinging their swords at each other. Then they both stopped, but their momentum had them swing around for a few more seconds.
That is not how that works.
If I have an assault rifle and I shoot
no, you cannot compare assault rifle.
No, I can. If I shoot at someone really, really hard, I reload it in like 2 seconds and I keep firing. Eventually, I'll just shoot into the air for a few seconds.
No, that's not how that works.
Simply because my arm will just go like, oh shit.
That's absolutely retarded.
That's not retarded.
Are you gonna start doing this overcomplicated flourish with your assault rifle?
No, I mean, look.
It would make sense if they just both they both accidentally 1 or 2 more swings, not an entire series of moves.
There is such a thing as tension overload. Like They were fighting each other very, very hard there.
They're Jedi. They're meant to be focused, not
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
insane people.
It's such an insane, hard fight that they swing the swords around like that.
That's no.
No, it
No,
makes
not
sense.
really, that does not make sense at all.
Those people, they just ignore the context there. Like
Yeah, the context doesn't explain anything. I'm sorry.
we see the two of them fight harder than they do at any other point in the fight. We see Hayden like puff air through his mouth as he's like you see him flex the muscles in his face so hard as he's like deflecting and blocking everything, and we see Ewan do the same thing, and it's just this really big thing until they both stop, swing their swords around, wait, look at each other, and then use a big force thrust on each other. It absolutely totally works.
They just no, it doesn't. I'm sorry, that doesn't explain anything.
I'll make a video.
You just explained the scene to me. You're doing a Chris Stuckmann here.
What are you talking about?
You relayed the scene to me. You said it makes sense.
It makes sense.
That's what you told me.
Absolutely makes sense.
Am not. You have not convinced me whatsoever. You said,
well, that's your problem. I'll make a video on this, and then you'll see you're right. I mean,
you're right. I will.
Yeah, you'll see you're right in the video. Either way, it's not a bad sequence because it looks awesome. Shut up.
I didn't say it was bad. The whole thing's amazing. It's amazing. I just don't like that part because it's stupid.
It's not fucking
I'm calling it. The only way to justify that is to say they were both doing a rapid succession of fake outs. Even that is.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then. All right, let's go with that. Move on.
Obi-Wan. It looks like they're dancing.
No, they're not. That doesn't even look like
what this part right here. This part right here.
Intensity that was in Empire Strikes Back.
So how was that dancing? That was an incredibly advanced series of parries.
Yeah,
they were grappling each other. You know, that's like the best part of the entire. Was like, oh, it's just dancing. Like, man, shut up.
But the only part about this I find kind of weird is how they let each other go here, but I can only assume that they let each other go because anything else would just be an awkward stalemate.
Actually, I believe CinemaWins actually described this why he basically explained why people thought it was a dance. He basically says that most action scenes have some sort of rhythm or flow to them. And so they have to keep, and he basically says that even if you don't like that they have rhythm or flow, you have to acknowledge that these are Jedi's at the top of their game when they're simply predicting each other's moves before they even happen.
Yep. Which is why that's
if you don't like the stylization of the fights, then you at least have to admit that they make sense.
Yeah.
Strikes Back is not there because you can just tell they're executing all of.
You can't tell, you fuck. Stop telling me what I fucking how I feel the movie.
I like the Empire Strikes Back duel, but it's not any better than this one. In fact, I'd say it's not as good.
Empire Strikes Back is like Empire Strikes Back fight, like in isolation. If you would like show it, you know, to someone, and you would show the ROTS fight, and you would like lie to that person and say that like Empire came later, the person would be like, "Oh, that's like a desperate attempt to be as good as 3." Like that.
What? I don't think anybody would say that.
I mean, the fight in 5.
The fights aren't really that similar.
The fight in 5 is awesome,
obviously,
and it's way faster. But I mean, if we look at like the sheer epicness of
the fight in 5 is faster.
Yes, I mean it's faster than 4, but it's like it's pretty well choreographed. It's just the relentless, legendary awesomeness of 3 here. I mean, it just simply can't beat it out. But I mean, it comes close if I dare say.
They were told to.
Yeah. I mean, the sheer
And
scare.
it goes on and it goes on and on and on. There just isn't enough dialogue in between these lightsaber battles.
Why would they talk
Okay,
to
wait
each
a
other?
second. One moment you saying Lucas can only convey emotion through dialogue, and the next moment you say there isn't enough dialogue. Pick one.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah, and there's a lot of visual storytelling in this fight.
a lot of fucking visual storytelling.
I
Oh,
don't-
Chris,
I
why do
don't
you
get
gotta
this
do-
idea that it goes on for too long. I really don't.
People
don't
say
understand it.
they're retarded. I could have the dialogue. I mean, not the dialogue. I could have this fight go on for 50 minutes, and I would still be
Yeah, I
fine with it.
remember someone on the Hello Greedo server saying that to me. Like, would you really have been that disappointed if it went on for 2 minutes? I was like, no, in fact. But I said no. 5 minutes would have been fine with me. But you know what? 10 minutes would have also been fine with me. 15, 20.
I
mean,
think
this is the
15 would have been a
end-
bit too long.
This is the last Star Wars movie.
Was
No, this
then
is.
okay? Yeah, you're right. Disney
Sequels don't
Awards
exist.
is
But like,
a
this
Star
is the
Wars.
last. This is the last serious Star Wars movie. This like, why would it not be?
the Clone Wars movie?
Why would the ending not be long? Like a 4-hour cut, honestly. Like that feels like the appropriate amount of time for the last
I saw
movie.
some of the stuff from the Revenge of the Sith fight in episode 3. It was not that good.
What? You mean
I saw
the
some
fight
of the
at the end?
saw some of the deleted stuff from episode 3 for the fight at the end. It was pretty gimmicky.
All right, let me take a look at it.
I mean, it looked silly, looked overdone. Some
Episode
stuff
3.
was
deleted.
incredible. Some stuff was really cool. Other stuff looked absolutely insane, and to the point where I wouldn't take it seriously if it was a lightsaber fight.
Hold on, what the fuck is this? Oh, this is like an unfinished thing here.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
a previs, so it's like
All right, let me take a look. God, these textures look too. Oh, a lot of Force stuff. Okay, that's no, this wouldn't work. Oh God. Oh, imagine if they did this where Anakin just ran away like a coward, and Obi-Wan would chase him. Oh, that would be horrible. Oh, that would be horrible. Oh, I'm happy they didn't do this. Oh, this made Anakin look like a total coward. That wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be any good at all. Oh, damn. I'm happy they made this better. They fade through the portal thing. Okay, this is weird.
yeah.
I mean, it looks like they're doing. Oh, they hold the sabers together with each other. Ooh, that's creepy. I mean, this stuff looks pretty interesting. It just it's. I mean, unless I can see some actually already filmed stuff, like I doubt that I'll look at a lot of this and be like, ah, yeah, this is something that should have stayed. Because usually when it's in the previs, it's not exactly good. Although the Grievous,
I don't see how they're gonna make Anakin running away from Obi-Wan any good in the film.
like that, the fact it's even considered almost
sometimes
makes me
I
go
really
like, oh
want
shit.
the 4-hour cut, but that means that we'd have stuff like this. But
Well, no, this is like an alternate scene. The 4-hour cut would be more of what we got.
okay,
Like if you look at the oh well, this here how they get to the pipes. This is probably actually okay. This is better. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, okay. This is way better. Not to say the old is bad, but oh my god, is that good? Oh wow. Oh wow, that's awesome, dude. That is. I mean, this is kind of too over the top, maybe, because I'm not sure if they will be able to do this. But
it wouldn't really be a lightsaber fight.
what the shit? Yeah, this looks very WWMA. Like, oh yeah, they're fighting like at the bottom of that giant hook thing. yeah, that would be. I could see how they did not go with a lot of this, but it's definitely interesting to look. Oh yeah, they're actually like actively fighting as they got on the pipe. Yeah, this stuff. I mean, a lot of this I like, but man, this I mean, this is. I mean, I like it. It's just a little. Yeah, it's just
Uh,
it's just different. So yeah,
yeah, well, let's keep going.
yeah. Let's move around.
There
Alright.
isn't enough suspense in between all of the fencing. It's just a lot of crazy flipping and moves. But right before Yoda,
What do you expect the end fight to be?
Did you want them to? Did
Did
want
you
them to
know
have
when
a-
I was a child you didn't help me with math lessons?
Did you want them to have a tea break? I'm
Now
confused
listen,
on what. So
Anakin.
The Emperor is evil. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil because Mace Windu wanted to kill the Emperor's evil team. Ah, well,
team.
Well, I don't know about that, but the other Jedi were good. You can't just do this.
It's a good Oh, fucking hell.
But the Emperor was truly good for the galaxy. He helped improve the healthcare crisis.
Fucking Obi-Wan just smashes.
Reduce crime rates in Coruscant and other core.
Obi-Wan just smashes his teapot and just walks away.
Just like it's just like they stop and just like start eating croissants. It's just like I'm playing a game of chess and.
Oh my god, the fight ends with them looking at each other. And then Obi-Wan just kind of casually swipes off his legs. That's so.
Oh yeah. Oh what? You mean
Yeah, I'll
the
be
deleted
taking-
scene?
Yeah. All right, I gotta go. You carry on without me.
All right, go. All right. Well, somebody just ran away because they're a coward. But anyway,
Shut up.
Airborne's not a coward. But yeah, so Deviant or whatever or the other guy. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm getting really tired here, guys. I just I mean, this is
What you want about these fights? It's just they're say what you want, but they're meant to be say what you want, but they're epic.
yeah, it's just epic, and I just don't get why anyone ever a single problem with them.
battles the Emperor, I've always loved how he just walks in the room and he's like, and just swipes these two guards against the wall and knocks them out instantly, like nothing. And the fight between Anakin and
Yeah, you would love that, wouldn't you, Mr. Mindless Action is all there is to a Star Wars movie.
I mean, that's that is. It's just like we wouldn't have criticized this if it were full fat. We're talking about full fat videos and how that fight on.
I mean, there's so many videos detailing just why this fight is awesome.
I recommend checking out full fat videos. Why the
I saw that video. Don't worry. Like I like that.
talking to the audience.
I genuinely do need to make a defense video for that swinging section too, because everybody's just retarded when they talk about that.
I mean, my defense would be it's a bit, they're like thinking for a while on what to do next.
Well, that's the way I would
suspended.
I like that's the way I feel. It just makes sense to me because the music and everything builds up. And it's like and then it stops as they do their swinging thing, and then it goes to the na 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 na. Like with how the music goes and everything else goes in that scene, I just feel like they both just. I mean, that's something that happens in real life. That like two people are like fighting each other, and they both stop for like a few seconds to begin attacking each other again, because one pushed the other one back, and the other one is far away enough to.
Okay, I think Mr. Stuckman would have liked instead of they like swing for a while, they just start running.
They just run away from each other, and then they run circles around the room before sprinting back towards each other. All right.
And Obi-Wan just goes on and on to the point of absurdity where they're now
It doesn't go on absurdity, jackass. It's only like 4 minutes.
floating on these lava droids.
Do you see that, Deviant? Did you see how Anakin like bends his knees slightly as he goes like past the thing? I love that. Love that so much. Love that shot so much.
And Anakin looks like he's part of a player select screen in a video game.
Choose your player, Anakin.
I mean, that would be cool, I guess, but it's.
I mean,
you're just taking. You're just scrapping.
Okay, let's use those criticisms of his face. Like, I mean, even if it looks a bit awkward, you can't.
It's nothing awkward about this. That saber twirl with his hand is fucking awesome, and he's coming for Obi-Wan. It's just
But like,
there's nothing wrong with this fucking scene. You're making fun of it, makes you look like a retard.
Okay, Diego, go to all the images of Chris Stuckman.
Yeah. Put them on like this long like selection of like things. Fucking hell. We have to get through this because I can't handle any more of this.
And finally, towards the end of this scene, Obi-Wan does like a backflip onto this little rock mass, and he's now above Anakin, and he's like, "It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground." It's
over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
In The Phantom Menace, in which Obi-Wan most certainly did not have the high ground, had something to do with Darth Maul. And someone got chopped in half there, too. Once Obi-Wan does...
Yeah, but Darth Maul was like, holy shit, what the fuck did you just do? And Obi-Wan knows exactly what Anakin's gonna do. So, there you go.
And if Darth Maul said that line, it would have been a bit awkward.
Like, Darth Maul looks at him like, what the fuck? Like, what did you just do? And Obi-Wan knows exactly what Anakin's going to try and do, so it's just...
defeat Anakin, cuts him in half, and he starts to burn in the lava below.
He doesn't actually cut him in half, he just cuts up his legs, but that's just semantics.
The emotion conveyed through Obi-Wan's great. I just wanted more of that during the actual lightsaber battle, which was just like super duper Jedi guy. You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you! You were supposed to destroy...
Once again, making
look,
whole fucking... Yeah, I know. Once again, zapping the emotional tension out of the fucking scene.
It's because he goes too fast. He's just like, you're my brother, Anakin, I love you.
Alright, listen, Chris. Getting this, like, having this during the fight would be stupid because he's fighting, the idiot. And now that he's beaten him, he's letting out all the emotions. And these are the emotions spilling out that he was hiding up back there. So, like, what the fuck, dude?
To destroy the Sith, not join them. Bring back.
Stop making it sound retarded.
Balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness.
Okay.
Say it with more fucking conviction. You worthless fucking shit.
And him picking up the lightsaber.
Sorry, we got to look at those faces.
God damn it. Okay. All right. Deviant, listen, the snipping tool is on your computer. Just search for it. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
You know what, I'm just gonna I'll go back to this review again, watch the whole thing, and then find all the weird faces.
Once Obi-Wan does defeat Anakin, cuts him in half, and he starts to burn in the lava below, the emotion conveyed through Obi-Wan's great. I just wanted more of that during the actual lightsaber battle, which was just like super duper Jedi guys. You were my brother, Anakin!
Hey, Deviant.
Okay, I got some of his faces.
You can. All right, good. I would take it myself, but I'm done. We have to get through this video. I don't care anymore. I want to go to bed.
Brother Anakin,
Okay.
I loved you. You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness. And him picking up the lightsaber that he eventually gives to Luke in Episode 4 was also a cool little tidbit. And apparently Padme has completely lost the will to live. There's no reason she'd be dying. She just...
Besides losing the will to live, thank you very much, Mr. Retarded Man. King of the retard. Fucking hell. I mean, don't get me wrong. I always thought losing the will to live was a little awkward too. But you know, losing the will to live, kind of an explanation too. Fucking hell.
At least he didn't come back to life because of the dark side of the Force.
That's it. They're dying from a broken heart. Like, broken hearts can kill people. And also, I mean, would you not believe her that she lost her will? I mean, the man she loved, that's like the father of her children, is it's like super duper evil and killed so many innocent people already. I mean, I would want to die too, you know. And it's not like she's not dying for any reason. He harmed her pretty hard with a force choke. Like, it's oh my god, I hate this shit.
She's lost the will to live. I don't know. I'll accept it. Anakin was just born from nothing.
Thank God for what. Don't get me wrong. I don't like how he's like, I'll accept it for nothing, but at least he won't be such a bitch to like be like, why you die for your reason? Like, at least he'll be like, oh, fine. Thank God.
I guess, so whatever. It is, however, pretty...
Anakin was born from nothing because he's like Jesus. Like, I mean, whatever. I don't care.
Brilliant that Lucas intercut Anakin being operated on the birth of Darth Vader with the birth of his children with Padme.
Oh my God, you finally got something in this movie right. Can you believe it, Deviant? He actually picked up on some hidden details here. I'm blown away, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so blown away. Fucking hell.
Those scenes cut together make for a really sad moment. You can really feel it. It's just like, oh, that's in the heart right there. Deep.
Not just like that. I'm more sitting in my chair being like, oh my God. This is the most depressing shit ever. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like how you're talking about it, but fuck me, are you underselling it too? I mean, like, all you do is undersell this. Like, you just, oh, this movie is problem here, and they're not problems. But you people believe you without thinking, and so they're like, well, what kind of movie is this anyway? This is a movie full with massive problems that actually has some good stuff in it. Like, it's just so confusing because, like, whenever he praises something, he can actually point something out that's there, and when he doesn't, he's just repeating others, or he's doing the 180 degree. He's missing the 180 degree rule. It's like, which one fucking is it? It's chat once again. I'm sorry, but yeah, he goes like, "These are eyes to analyze movies." It's like, you really don't, because if you did, then you wouldn't be reacting this way.
Deep in the feels. I've also always loved as the helmet is lowering to Anakin, he has this look of fear that suddenly crosses his face, like he isn't very happy about this, and that is really great. It adds more depth to Darth Vader. And hearing James
Thank you.
Earl Jones speak as Darth Vader was like hearing what heaven sounds like. So
what? fuck?
Okay, just stay there for a moment. I got it.
Hearing Satan speak made heaven appear. Okay, cool.
No, just can you stay there for a moment?
Oh my god. Speaking Satan speak made heaven appear. What the fuck? This is so fucking dumb. I mean, even when he likes this, it's still awkward as hell. You already took the picture, or can we move on?
I did take the picture.
All right.
So incredible. It's just they needed more dialogue. There was just a couple sentences
More dialogue.
More dialogue. Yeah, I don't want any dialogue.
I need characters to say what they feel because you can never you can never convey stuff through emotions. Oh wait, I want more dialogue here. I want some more stuff.
You got enough.
Okay.
That's it. And then he does that stupid, terrible no. And I'm just
Why
like,
is it bad?
No, he goes, no! Seriously,
Okay.
every single fucking guy who criticized the no. Notice how at the end he's like, oh. Like he's just like super. Like it. Look, here's the thing. His voice box is fucked. Okay? Like Vader's voice box is destroyed. Like you'll notice this if you watch the original trilogy. When he sustains massive damage or is hurt, like in like really hard ways, all you'll ever get out of him is ah, because his voice box is so messed up that he can only bring out the basic versions of all the words. The suit makes it sound more intense, but normally Vader would sound like this. I want to know what happened to the plans. Or like he can't exactly yell anymore because talking hurts for him in a way. There's a lot of things that hurt about Vader, his suit and all that shit.
I mean,
like him going no, not only does it hurt him a lot, it his voice box and stuff. It's also the only really way. Like I mean, you'll never hear Vader go like, no, why did it have to be this way? Like here's the thing. Vader is such a limited guy. Like he's locked in place. He's a husk, he's a shell, he's a golem, he is whatever you want to call it. He is
a really different person.
Yeah, and he's stuck there in that awful suit with a body that's completely fucked up and fried. The voice box is ruined and everything. And he's like, look, I can guarantee you he has way more complex ways to like describe his situation. But in that moment where he is, and by the way, like the voice lines that he has right before that, where he goes, ah, ah, the fucking, it's not coming through a Discord, but he has this sound, and he sounds so sad. Like him going no there, the way he does, it just makes you feel like a guy who doesn't have, I don't know, like it's just a way how someone who is like physically and it's part of his character in the same way that whenever he gets hurt by anything, he always makes an ah sound. When he's super sad or doesn't want something to happen, he will always be no, because that's all he can get out. It's one of the, like, in fact, I think it adds to his character, because if he said something else where it also caps off the movie too. Like it caps off his story. Like
I can't really say. Well, what are you gonna do about it?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, exactly. But like his no there, it perfectly shows us what his life is from this to episode 4 on. just suffering. Like it's, I really hate people who say the no's are bad. They're fucking morons. Like episode 6, no, you're just a complete bag of shit. But here, you're a fucking idiot. Oh my god.
There's Lucas again, not being able to convey emotion unless someone's saying.
You were just asking for dialogue, you fucking retard. You were just asking for dialogue, and then he gives you the best line ever, and you're like,
The
hey,
best line ever.
Yes, fuck you. I will fight anyone on this. This is the
I'm
one
not
of the best.
saying it's bad. I'm like, no. I don't want to see how no is anything special.
It's special if you think about all the context in a movie.
Okay,
Okay.
I think you should let's just continue.
It. Seriously, when I saw that in theaters, people laughed. It didn't.
Those people are retards. They can all go to hell. Just like you.
Okay, actually, don't go to hell. Actually, I'm sorry. This is just evil murder me that's talking. I fucking hell.
Work. The last few scenes.
It does work.
He should have said it didn't work for him.
He said it didn't work for people in general because he's like, people laughed. He said it didn't work. Those people are faggot, fucking retards. I hate them all. They're such idiot. If you laugh at that, you didn't pay attention to the movie and you're fucking stupid.
What type of small brain do you have if you're gonna laugh at something like that?
Look, there's people who think the no in episode 6 is annoying. That's just that. I mean, I don't know why I get so upset about this, but fucking hell, it's such a
for all of the praise I give ER, for being one of the first people to speak out against The Force Awakens, and all the other stuff that he said. There's a lot of very intelligent things, and I honestly think that people on the Anomaly Inc. server go way too overboard. Like, oh, he hates the prequels, so we shouldn't listen to him. He's an idiot. He's an OT person. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't mean you can't make good points, though. But one thing I will say that nearly condemns him is him saying that he laughs whenever the scene between Obi-Wan and Anakin happens, when Anakin's on Anakin's about to get burned by the lava.
Fucking
like,
hell.
Come on, man! I'm trying to defend you, and you're making yourself look bad.
By the time I am done, nobody will fucking laugh at those scenes anymore.
Okay,
the only ones that will be are like brain dead people that will just laugh at anything like circus seals.
In the movie are really just connection scenes linking 3 and 4. The babies are safe. Luke goes to Tatooine. Leia goes with Senator Organa. Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I love it too.
Is now in exile on Tatooine, and Yoda's in exile on Dagobah. In all honesty, rewatch.
Should we have gotten that deleted scene with Yoda going to Dagobah?
Wait, there's a deleted scene with that? I can't wait. Like after my Plinka takedowns, I will make extended editions to the prequels. So I like to see that, see how it is. Please tell me it's like an actual film thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's not previs.
I'll take a look at it when I'm in my bed. Let's finish this piece of shit.
Watching this movie, I like Revenge of the Sith. It is a lot better than 1 and 2. There's actually a compelling story this time around. When we all heard the prequels were happening and it was going to be about Anakin Skywalker, this was the story we all wanted to see from the beginning. And we
I wanted to see Dexter Jettster's Diner, the Star Wars story, but Lucas didn't give me that, so screw him.
Fucking hell. I'm so tired of this bullshit. Episode 1 and 2 are masterpieces. Episode 3 is one of the best movies of all time. And you're just a fucking loser sitting behind a computer with barely even saying your own opinions. You just go talk about Dragon Ball Z and nothing else because you don't know fucking all. You don't know fuck all about anything. Seriously, like
We finally
Chris,
got to see it.
Chris, listen. If you're watching this, or if you're like a fan of him, look, people in general just shouldn't talk about something they don't know about. Like I make a lot of jabs towards John Wick. I haven't seen the movies. I'm not knowledgeable on them.
What?
I don't like
What?
I technically, if I'll be fair here, I don't like. I mean, I can criticize individual fight scenes because I've
But
seen
you've
those.
taken shots at John Wick, but you've never seen the movie. You don't even know if you're watching the scenes you don't even know if you're watching the correct editing, etc.
I saw the
Come
action scene.
on.
Well, look, there's a point that I will admit that. I will say that immediately. You know, I didn't see the movie, so technically I should say much about them. I believe you see the prequels. I just don't think you've ever really seen them. Like I don't think you've ever sit down and, like, enjoyed them properly. I mean, you said in the theaters you laughed at them. No, like you were not. You can't laugh at that if you're not immersed. Like it's.
I mean, like, how can you possibly laugh at that? Imagine if I just said no, and then a bunch of and then a laugh track occurred.
No. No.
No.
No.
Friggin' hell. This is so frustrating.
Finally got to see it, and Lucas wasn't afraid to go dark with this movie, and I liked that about this film. There are still a lot of problems with the dialogue. The romantic stuff is
All the bullshit that you just made up.
just bad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
whatever.
give Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith a B.
How about an S? Double plus.
Pretty sure he just goes by grading systems. It doesn't include S.
What kind of fucking scores a B for like the best movie of all time?
It's B for brilliant.
B for best.
B for best. And C. So you gave the prequels what's Attack of the Clones and Famous like C.
It's actually
C
kind of
minus
high.
C for
Yeah, Mahler said this. He rates the movies higher than he makes them sound. It's kind of funny. But,
yeah.
but yeah,
He's
Airborne.
pretty generous to the prequels.
Airborne, 1933 King Kong, 4 out of 10.
What? Who said that?
No, I'm just echoing Stuckmann here in that making great films
I gotta
have
finish this.
retardedly low ratings.
I gotta go have dinner.
All right.
Dinner?
No. Stay here.
Type of-
We'll finish the stream off right now.
All right.
We made it through the prequels,
we-
guys. We did it. I'm so excited. Next
All
month,
right,
I'm
the
going to
video's
talk to you
done.
guys about episode.
Shut the fuck up. You never paid attention. You don't give a shit to pay attention.
And he
Too
still
much-
gives the prequels the same score. He hasn't changed his mind on them.
Oh yeah, because he's retarded. But anyway, TFA came out of this. You got everything you deserved.
TFA gets the
You
second
liked it,
letter.
though.
Yeah,
And I'm
TFA
sure-
gets the second letter in its.
Yeah, he liked he liked his own torture. Chris, I'm not going to watch your episode 4 review. I'm sure you like it for all the wrong reasons.
Oh my god.
You never paid attention. You never cared to pay attention. I hate you. Any last words from you two?
They got Stuckmannized.
We got
I
Stuckmannized.
got Stuckmannized.
Ow.
Okay.
My
Before
brain.
I
No, I
all
wanna-
about
I wanna
how
hear
much
him
that
say
movie
it.
inspired me as a kid and how important that
Fuck you!
movie was to my life. And I can't wait to
You don't even
You-
say
So,
anything.
as
You
always,
don't even-
thank you so much for watching, guys. And if you like this,
Episode 1 was my first one. That one inspired me.
Okay.
click right
That
here.
watching.
Go away, Replica.
Here,
Finish
get
the video.
Stuckmanized.
Stuckmanized.
No.
Oh yeah.
What a
I
worthless
love
review.
that.
This review is absolutely worthless.
Fuck.
Every single aspect.
All right.
Times he picks.
But he said some nice things
I'm
about
in
Revenge of the Sith.
stream in
Yeah.
10
Honestly-
seconds.
But
It's
still,
nice
I
and
mean,
nice things, but
I-
doesn't take away
I
yours.
watched Chris's Mandalorian review recently, and he's definitely gotten better at managing his time. He says things that are far more relevant,
Well,
and
I
it's clear that he definitely knows more about what he's talking about. You know,
yeah,
than
I like
before.
look, yeah, you're right. Like my reactions are overblown because this is pre
this is
TLJ.
ridiculous, you know.
This is pre TLJ, so I'm being very unfair, but it's just watching his 2015 opinion talk about this is just so horrible to listen to. These people, they genuinely just thought these movies were like The Room, and that like physically hurts anyone who like grew up with them, and like those that it's not the truth. It's like everybody points at this guy and makes fun of him, and like the guy has like a few stains on his shirt from like coffee or whatever, and everybody makes fun of him, and you're just like, yeah, but everything that's not the stains looks fucking fantastic. Like, in fact, I would say his shirt is way more stylish than most of you jackasses. Like, what the fuck is whatever. I'm done here. I think we're all done here. We got Stuckmannized.
And get Stuckmannized.
Yeah. Lupus, you can shout out